Before the horror of Halloween, before the fear of Friday the 13th, before the evil of A Nightmare on Elm Street, before them all, there was... Now, 15 years later, he's back. Oh, yes.
There's something happening here that I've been looking for all of my life. There's smoke. Someone takes her hand. She's running. The same man comes towards her.
I'm in a dream.
I remember the whole thing.
Are you ready?
Popcorn. Buy a bag. Go home in a box.
And what's up, Gorehounds? Welcome to the Gore More Podcast. I am your not-so-mean Fluff Master Supreme, Big Johnny D, bringing this shit show in. However, I do not bring this shit show in alone. Bob's popping over there, as you can hear, because we are talking about popcorn. But before we do that, I got to bring in my horror homies, as I always do. Starting it off with the Jesus Christ, the Chad Daddy, the Dark Lord of Knowledge, Mr. Chad Chrisman.
What's up, bitches?
Sorry, I'm fighting my tummy. It's kind of like weird. It's like two different thoughts going on right now.
Oh, dear God.
Yeah, right. And we have the Duke of the Dead, Lord Scuba Cabra, the host with the ghost, Mr. Steve Vasquez.
Hola.
And the killing machine, that meat mountain, Mr. Bobby Amone.
Good evening.
He's stroking already.
Yeah. Today is January 9th, 2023. And, well, we have a buttery episode for you today.
I like that.
That's right.
Nice.
But first, like always, we're going to discuss what the fuck we did in the last weekend. So, Mr. Vasquez, if you could please.
It is now time for your Slice of Life.
Hell yeah. Thank you.
That
Bob,
needs to go on a loudspeaker for people who don't want to wake up in the morning but need to.
You should hear how I
Yeah.
do announcements at the school.
Oh, man, I bet.
Oh, I want to hear that.
Oh, yeah.
Fantastic.
I'll live stream them sometime this week.
Please do. That'd be very cool. Bobby, how the hell you been? Why don't you start us off, homie?
I've been good. Last week, I was actually sick on Thursday. I had a stomach bug, so yeah, that was a fun way to end the week. You know, coming out both ways, and oh yeah, but we're back to normal now.
That's
So,
good.
but let's see. This past weekend, I was at my girlfriend's. Her mom was having a Christmas party, even though Christmas, passed, but that's when they could do it. So we had a Christmas party with family and everybody. It was nice. There was lots of food, lots of like little games going on, all that fun stuff. So that was Saturday. And then Sunday was, we chilled out a little bit. And then I went to watch football with my cousin. And that's it. It was my uncle's birthday. Hung out with him for a little bit. And that was it. Just a chill weekend. And then I got to watch this movie literally a few hours ago. And that was it. Not much really went on for me. So I'm going to go right below me because, he's right below me. He could help me out a little bit. To Mr. Steve Vasquez, give me what you did.
Well, I went on a paranormal investigation. We were not hired, but they asked us to lead it was for a local group or whatever here that they wanted to go on an investigation. So Joe and I went and led the investigation. And while the group was off doing their thing, Joe and we ran into something that I've never experienced before in my life. And I will fucking, to the day I die, say that what we encountered was or had to be some kind of, not really like ghost or anything. We encountered a fucking skinwalker.
Mm.
And
Oh,
it was
really?
fucking, dude, it was fucking terrifying. Like, I've never felt this kind of fear that I had. It was weird because we went to behind the hospital and they have this old, helipad there. And so like,
Right.
oh, we're going to go to the helipad, see if maybe we can capture anything there. So we went to the helipad and we kept hearing this cow moo, like off in the distance.
Okay.
And so Joe's like, well, let's go check it out. Let's go see if we can fucking find the cow. And I'm like, fuck yeah, let's go. So as we're walking, we hear this like snarl and we're like, what the fuck was that? And I'm like, oh, we're in a small town in Texas. So it could have been like a wild hog or something, but nothing came at us, and usually hogs will attack you. Like if you get close to them.
Right.
And so we're like, huh, weird. So the closer that we're walking to this tree line where the cow noise is coming from, the farther away it's getting. And we're like, what? So we get up to the tree line and there's no fucking cow. There's no field. There's no nothing. There's no fucking cow. So we're like, huh, that's weird. Then we get this, both of us at the same time, get this really weird fucking feeling that something was watching us. And I told Joe, I was like, dude, it feels like in Jurassic Park when he's in the jungle and he sees the raptor for the first time and he's like, clever girl. And then they just fucking like all attack him. That's what it felt like. Like my heart was like beating so fucking fast. So I'm like, fuck it, let's go. Because the cow stopped mooing.
Okay.
So as soon as we turned our backs and took about 10 steps, we heard it again. And we were like, nah, fuck you. And we just kept walking. The farther away we walked from the tree line, the closer the fucking cow sounded. It was fucking weird. It was so goddamn weird. And as we're walking down the fence line of behind the hospital, it sounds like the cow is like following us. Like the moo is coming from, and it was a pretty big fucking field where we were at.
Right.
And so we're like, that's fucking weird. And so Joe's like, maybe it was a skinwalker. And I'm like, you know what? I wouldn't fucking doubt it because there's lore that when you encounter one of those, the farther away it sounds, the closer it is. And
Yeah.
like I said, that was something that I have never in my life fucking experienced before. And it could have been a cow, it could have been.
All I can think of
But-
is the old Simpsons thing. It's like, yo, listen, if the cow had a chance, he'd eat you.
Yeah.
Maybe it was just a really hungry cow.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. But it
Did
was
this-
just fucking weird.
Did the moo sound did it sound off?
It did sound off. It
Because usually
sounded
that's like
real
usually there's
off.
always a weird tell with the sound dynamic because it's like
So
it sounds like it, but it sounds like something mimicking it more than what it actually. Yeah, you know what I mean. Well,
and
obviously,
so, well, one time when we were standing out there, there was like a little shed out there, so we were standing by the shed, and we heard the moo, but then it just like I said, it sounded weird, like off, like it didn't sound like a cow mooing, so it was just fucking trippy as fuck. So we went back to the hospital, did the investigation. The people didn't sleep inside; they slept outside in their car. So it was just Joe, myself, and Joe's wife slept inside the hospital as well. So I got super fucking paranoid because I was the only one awake, and it was like 4:00 in the morning. Everybody's asleep, and the couch I was sleeping on was facing the main hallway. So my back was towards the fucking main hallway. So I'm live streaming, and I just put my camera down to face the hallway, and I put my other phone on my chest, and I'm just watching the live stream to see if I fucking like see anything walk across and I didn't, but I did hear some like weird like noise. Like it sounded like somebody slammed a fucking door or some shit. So that was my Friday night. Saturday, I just worked the bar. Sunday, I spent the day with my grandma hanging out with her. And that was pretty much it. What about you, Chad Daddy?
Well, my weekend was nowhere near as interesting as that. I didn't really do much. Last week, I finally sat down and watched Barbarian,
Nice.
which
Oh,
is
there
on a
you
lot of
go.
people's best of list, and I know Bloody Disgusting picked it as their #1 horror movie of the year. And I gotta say, I wouldn't go so far as to say
It was
the
number
best
one
movie.
of the year.
According to them.
For them.
For them, for their
Yeah,
their
but
pick.
I mean, and not, everybody's got their own opinion. But dude, if we recap 2022,
There's
2022 was a stacked fucking year for horror, dude.
It
Yeah.
was, and
Legit.
it's like I've been saying, and people have been laughing at me for saying this. My pick for my favorite horror movie of 2022 is still the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Fuck yeah, buddy.
I had a blast watching that. I
Mine's
loved it.
T2.
I think
That was
I'm
a
gonna
good
have
one.
to agree-
I really did like that too. But yeah, but those are both better than Barbarian. It was an interesting movie, and I would watch it again. But it wasn't as great as people are making it out to be.
Okay. We've all seen it here, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I think so.
Right, yeah.
So, spoilers for anybody listening right now. If you got to step out for a second, I
Please
get it.
do.
But the movie's been out for a few months, so Okay, here we go. So when they brought Justin Long in, dude, that whole fucking movie was straight.
Yeah.
You know it's fucked when he shows up.
dynamic wise, dude. Yeah, but it was flipped in the good way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like it needed it, because it was getting so heavy at that point. And then you
But
just flip to Justin Long and you're like, what? Justin Long?
But it kind of turns out
You knew he was going to die, though.
But he deserved what he got.
Yeah, but he was
Oh
a
yeah.
guy.
Oh yeah. He totally
it,
deserved
it seemed like the way he was talking is like he was acting all innocent, and it was seeming like he was innocent. But the more you see his character develop, you realize, yeah, he raped that girl. No doubt about it.
Because he says it in the bar scene with his buddy.
I was
He's
saying
like,
the
Mhm.
dynamic
"Yo,
between him
bro."
and his buddy, when his buddy was like, yo, bro, you could tell me like what happened. And he's just like kind of like hesitant. And it's like, and then there's even a key moment later on when he's talking, when that homeless guy saves him for a second. And he's talking about, he's like, do good people do bad things? Do bad people do sometimes good things? But what kind of person am I? Like he was having that inner monologue, but ultimately he still turned out to be a shitbag fucking
Yes,
person.
he did.
at the end of the day.
Yeah.
I think for that movie, for me, like the last 15 minutes felt rushed.
It
felt
didn't
it felt like they had 2 days left to shoot, and it's like, shit, how do we properly make this kind of not seem? I don't know.
I think they painted themselves into a corner and just kind of got themselves out the best way they could with that ending.
I'm so curious if there's more to that movie.
But even from like the start of that movie, though, like the flip, because you go in thinking it's this kind of movie, and then it's not, and you're like, what the fuck?
Well,
Like that's what got me excited about that movie.
So not only with the flip of that, but even just the back and forth of telling in the time of the house.
Yeah.
Like what happened in the past. Like, what's that dude's name? Richard Drack? No, that's not right.
No.
But that dude just plays a disgusting white trash guy way too fucking well.
That's why he's in.
I mean, like the poor dude's typecast like a motherfucker. But at the same time, he's good at what he is. But no, man, it was a fun movie. But I feel like 2022 definitely wins for me, dude. Because out of all of them, that's the one I've definitely watched the most on repeat throughout the year.
Yeah.
So.
Well, yeah, because you were doing a cosplay for Leatherface, so.
Well, yeah, that was part of it, but even before I started it, I think I got it down like 3 or 4 times before I even got the mask, and I was
it was still a much better movie, and I would probably say Smile was my number 2 pick.
I really need to watch that, dude.
Smile is my number 1.
It was so much more different than what I was expecting. Like I said, it's more psychological than you go in thinking.
Well, I kind of read a whole like synopsis review, which doesn't necessarily ruin the movie for me, but it actually enticed me more to look into it. It's PG-13 though, or no?
No, it's R.
Okay, that's why I was confused because somebody was saying something about PG. I'm like,
if that movie was PG-13, that I would really got some big questions.
I don't know. PG-13's definitely got to push the shit nowadays, right?
Yeah, but that would be really pushing it.
Yeah, that's all right. Anyways, sorry, Chad.
So I watched that, and then had our usual Saturday bowling with the kids.
Ooh, nice.
And funny, so I beat Far Cry 3. It's the first time I played. I've been kind of going backwards with the Far Cry games, and I beat that. I'm like, I'm gonna play now. I'm like, screw it, I'm gonna get back into Ghostbusters. So I was playing that Saturday night, playing with bots, and I'm sitting there I'm like, really? I really hate how much it, they really nerfed the Ghostbusters and really favored the ghosts more. I'm like, this kind of sucks. Like, then why don't I just play as a ghost then? So I just started fucking shit up as a ghost. I loved it. I unlocked like all the variants of all the ghosts now, and just having a blast being a ghost. So that was
It is Richard
Was it my-
Brake. Okay. Sorry. Thank you, Brody. I knew that name was close, but
what else has he been in?
He
everything,
was in
dude. Any Rob
Free
Zombie
from Hell.
movie you
Yeah,
could
any
fucking-
Rob Zombie.
Free from Hell, Halloween 2, Doom.
Yeah.
Doom was the
Yeah.
first one I truly remember him from.
He's in another
Because he talks about fucking some Vietnamese ladyboys.
I'm gonna have to look it up then.
There's a few other things he's been in, but now I can't think of the fucking movies.
He was in the newest Tremors, which is fucking awesome.
Yes, he was. Yes.
He's been in a lot of movies, and then I could only tell you horror movies. I know he's been in more serious films too, but
By the way, speaking of Tremors, I'm not sure if you guys noticed, but all of the Tremor films are available on Tubi for right now.
Yes, they are. I saw that.
that's dope. But I have them all already.
Yeah.
I still have to get them all.
But yeah, that was basically the highlight of my week. Then today I had the plumber show up. No issues here. We just have a problem with the unlike newer hot water heaters, you pretty much need an overflow tank because the pressure will build up and then it'll have to vent out.
Yep.
And you need something for it to vent into. So I had to get that installed today because we've been having problems with it.
Aha.
It leaks down and it'll trip the leak sensor. It's not actually leaking, but it trips that sensor off and it'll just keep going and going and going. And I've had to go down and reset it numerous times. So we finally said, screw it. So
Hey,
we got
there
that
you go.
done today. Yeah.
Nice.
And that was about the extent of everything. So Big Johnny D, how about you, brother?
Oh, let's see. I didn't do much. Went roller skating again. Took my sister and brother-in-law, which it was funny because like he was super nervous the whole time, but I was like, bro, you're literally preaching to the choir because I was literally fucking sweating bullets the week before too. But it's funny enough because I wanted to try blades this time, but him and I were the same size and they didn't have like a fuck ton of Bigfoot size blades. So obviously like I went with skates again. But then like thinking about it, I'm going back in 2 weeks because my nephew's birthday party is going to be there.
Nice.
And the wife and I decided we're going to do our birthday there. So I just bought myself a new pair of rollerblades for the first time in 20 fucking
Nice.
years.
Nice.
And I got to say, dude, like I'm very excited for them to come. But now I'm almost kind of like wondering if I should have just went skates. And I only say this because A, I've been doing skates, but B, as terms of like ridiculousness, which I feel like, if you're going to get a skate, you don't want to get just like a black skate. You know what I mean? You want to get something a little bit poppy, little
Right.
festive, whatever. Rollerblades are not like that, dude. Rollerblades are all like just like very basic and extreme, and just like here's black and another color on it. Where it's like, bro, skates are like anything you could fucking think of, and I'm like, this is not fair, man.
You need some nice Ghostbuster skates.
So I
Yeah.
saw these blades, dude, that were red, white, and blue, and they were very giving me Stay Puft vibes, and I was almost gonna get them, but my favorite color is always fucking orange, dude. So I went with black and orange ones. So I got Halloween blades coming. So I could put pumpkins on them or something stupid.
I
yeah,
want
dude,
pictures
like-
of that.
So I ordered blades, and then the wife and the kid, they got skates. But they got good, dude. Like women's skates get way cooler colors, man, and shit like that, dude. They get like a plethora of shit. It's honestly, I'm a little jealous. But no, it's so we started checking out other places, dude. We're gonna go. I don't know if we're gonna go next weekend, but there's this other place, the opposite end of New York. It's like the other hour away. But it's not just a roller skating place, but it's roller skating, laser tag. They have King of the Hill there, which I was like, what the fuck is King of the Hill? Because I'm just thinking like Halo or some bullshit.
That kind of sounds
or
that almost sounds like it's like the jousting on the old American Gladiators.
Maybe it's some inflatable hilltop that has you can battle on the top of it, and then it's got a full on arcade, and it's got some other I don't know, it's got some like fucking like cliff fall or something, or cliff jump or something like that. And my wife's just like trying to like like tell this to the daughter, and I'm just sitting there jumping. I'm like, yeah, let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. And like, she's like, I'm trying to ask you. I'm like, I already said we're fucking going. I don't give a shit if you guys don't want to go. I want to go.
It's like, you don't need the kids' permission. I just said yes.
Bro, I am the worst. I am the biggest fucking kid, dude. You give me like somebody's like, hey, let's go to a bar. I'm like, meh. Like, yo, you want to do laser tag and go-karts? Fuck yeah, dude. Sign
Hell
me
yeah.
up. Let's go.
Yep.
I've done both of those while buzzed. Even better.
And you know, that led to a discussion. Is there roller domes? And actually, I think we did look up, there is one in Texas. But I was wondering, do roller domes, or have you guys ever known any, serve alcohol? I have never known any to serve alcohol.
I don't think so.
we have one here called Skateland. I used to go there.
I think that was the one I looked up.
When I was in high school. I used to go there, and they have adult night on Saturday nights, and it is BYOB.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Man, that could be dangerous. That's good. That could turn into a roller derby.
And so that's what I was wondering, because somebody was like, they got to serve brews. I'm like, would you want a bunch of people drunk on roller skates though? Like,
Yes,
I don't know if
it's
that's a good.
Fucking great and hilarious.
I feel like watching adults that haven't roller skated in 20 years anyways is already hilarious, dude. I don't know if you need to add alcohol into that. I think that just would be
Maybe
bad.
adding the alcohol make you a better skater because you're already feeling
Little bit
Oh
more
yeah, you're
fluid?
loose as shit. Yeah, you're loose as
That's
shit.
true. So that's the biggest thing is like everybody's got it right, because everybody's like so stiff, dude, and that's why you fall. You got to get that kind of like squat a little bit, dude. But then you got to feel the, you just got.
I'm going to need a few shots then, because then I won't feel when I fall 15 times.
You won't fall, Bob. If my 300-pound ass didn't fall, you would be fine too. Just got to feel that.
No, you gotta point,
Honestly,
you gotta
dude, the best part about it is it's not even the skating or anything, but it's just kind of like swishing back and forth like this. I don't know what's the old exercise machine that dude used to sell, where it was like the air run. Remember he used to run super fast. You guys know what I'm talking about?
I know what you're talking about.
It's just where it glides like your feet like back and forth, and the dude's like
A
running.
gazelle.
Yes, that's exactly what it feels like. Just doing that on skates all day, dude. I can do that for fucking hours on end, and I would be just simply entertained. Other than that, man, fucking gamed a little bit this weekend and watched this fantastic movie, to which I personally am ready to talk about today.
All right.
So that is 1991's Popcorn. Whose choice was this? Whose review was this?
Bobby.
This was mine.
Bob, take it away, homie.
You got it. So, I can't talk tonight. Give me a second. Popcorn Re-Review released February 1st, 1991. What could be scarier than an all-night horror-thon? A group of film students find out when they stage just such an event at an abandoned movie palace. In addition to 3 features, Mosquito, The Attack of the Amazing Electrified Man, and The Stench, they decide to screen a bizarre short called The Possessor, whose creator, Leonard Gates, killed his family and set the theater on fire after its first showing. Maggie has been having frightening dreams that seem to be connected to the possessor. And as the festival proceeds, the nightmare comes true for her and her friends as they are stalked and slain by a mysterious killer. Has Gates survived to continue the possessor's deadly legacy? Directed by Mark Harrier, actor from the Porky films. Only film he directed.
Fair enough.
Written by Alan Ormsby as Todd Hackett, Cat People, Porky's 2, The Next Day. Produced by Ashk.
A shock? No.
A shock?
No, it's not a shock.
Amaritage, whatever.
That's pretty good enough, yeah.
Yeah. Trick or Treat, Ghost Rider, Spirit of Vengeance. Gary Gooch. I'm saying Gooch. Porky's, A Christmas Story, and Torben Jonkey.
Wait, is that Porky's, A Christmas Story, or Porky's A Christmas Story? And that's a movie I've never even knew about, and I need to know.
It's Porky's,
Porky's,
comma,
and then A
Christmas
Christmas
Story.
Story.
Because I was like, bro, if there is a Christmas Porky's that I never knew existed,
I need
the
to
way,
see that ASAP.
I don't know if you guys realize this, that those were both directed by the same guy.
Really?
Oh, that's right,
Clark.
they were.
They're also the director of the original Black Christmas.
So he's done comedy, horror, and Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
No shit, dude.
But by the way, so I just made a movie exist that doesn't exist, and now everybody can go
Porky's
search
a
for it.
Porky's
Story.
Christmas Story.
So guess what? I'm just gonna say this: go find it.
Porky's
You know that?
yeah, I want it.
It's really sad because Porky's is a movie that could not get made today.
There's
No,
a lot of movies
absolutely
from the 80s that
fucking
would
not.
not get moved
I don't
today.
even think you
Yeah.
could get Police Academy made today.
No,
You
no.
could, but it
they're
would have to be
trying to
completely
they're
different.
trying to redo it, and it's going to be garbage.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
gonna be horrible.
It's
gonna be like Kevin Hart.
PC.
Like Kevin Hart in there
Although-
and something. And yeah.
Although, did you guys see the new horror movie coming out with the cast of Police Academy?
No.
No.
There's a horror movie coming out, and it's in the vein of Sharknado, but it just contains the entire OG cast of fucking Police Academy, bro.
Oh, I'm down with that.
Steve Guttenberg too. Like he's
Steve
in?
Guttenberg is literally the main dude of the.
Whoa.
Hold on,
It would be great if they're not playing characters, if they're all themselves.
That would be
I don't
great.
believe they are, but
But anyway, that's the rundown. So Chad, do you want to do the cast while he's looking this up?
Yeah, I could do that. Starring Jill Sholin, the stepfather, Phantom of the Opera as Maggie, Tom Villard, Parasite, One Crazy Summer as Toby, Dee Wallace, our favorite MILF, as Suzanne.
Mhm.
Yeah. Derek Rydell, Night Visitor, Phantom of the Mall, Eric's Revenge as Mark, Malcolm Denaire, Christine, Godzilla as Bud, Kelly Jo Minter, Summer School, Nightmare on Elm Street 5, The Dream Child, bleh, as Cheryl, Yvette Solar, The Grifters, The American Clock as Joni, Elliot Hurst, T&T, Looking for Miracles as Leon, Freddie Marie Simpson, A League of Their Own, Thunderbolt Row as Tina, Tony Roberts, Amityville 3D, also bleh,
No,
Almost
that's the
hated
greatest
movie.
movie ever. Just for Brody's
That's
sake.
Brody's favorite movie.
no, as Mr. Davis, and
Hmm.
Ray Walston, My Favorite Martian, and Galaxy of Terror as Dr. M, because I do not know how to say that last fucking name.
Oh, sure, you can't say it, but I gotta, you know.
They called him Dr. M in the movie.
Dr.
That's okay.
Minzine.
Dr.
Meningitis.
Dr. Meningitis.
So
Uh,
I was wrong, and it's
No, Dr.
not an older
Menopause.
movie. Well, it's not a new movie; it's an older movie from 2015, and it's called Lavalantula.
Oh my
Lava
god.
Lantula.
Never heard of it.
I've heard
Oh,
of it.
wait. Is it a tarantula?
It's an
made
asylum
out
It's
of
movie,
a
I
lava?
think, isn't it?
lava train. I believe so. Yeah. It's
Oh,
a lava
okay,
I'm
I've
pretty
seen
sure it's an
that.
asylum movie.
I've seen the poster for it, and I just go like this.
It is distributed by Sci-Fi, so more than likely, yes.
It's an asylum one. Yep, has to be.
I gotta look.
Like I said, in the vein of Sharknado. It's yeah, whatever.
Huh.
Scuba Steve, you want to take it from here?
All right, music by Paul Zaza, My Bloody Valentine, Prom Night. Cinematography by Ronnie Taylor, Gandhi, Dario Argento's Opera. Edited by Stan Cole, Black Christmas, A Christmas Story. Effects and makeup, Robert Clark, Starship Troopers and Godzilla. Distributed
yeah.
by Studio 3 Film Corporation. Runtime of 91 minutes. MPAA rating is R. Budget, who knows? Grossed $4.2 million. Let's talk about this popcorn.
This was
No
fun.
budget, huh?
This was
By the way,
fun.
music by Paul Zaza. He did not just do the first Prom Night, and I will leave it at that.
All right.
I didn't
I was
wanna-
gonna.
I
I
did
was
not wanna
totally
invoke
going
her.
to. Hold on.
No.
I was gonna tell you guys yesterday. I was gonna send you a screenshot because I watched horror movies all day yesterday on Tubi, and they were just like playing automatically by
Mhm.
themselves.
Which
So
yeah.
it went from Return of the Living Dead to Prom Night 2. And I was gonna
Nice.
take a picture and send it to you guys and be like, hey.
Hell yeah, dude. So
This was
I gotta
fun.
say, man, this movie, yeah, it was just a fun ride. It wasn't a fantastic movie by any
Mhm.
means.
No.
There was a lot of weird, corny shit in it. However, ultimately, I loved all the characters in it, and especially our main fucking character, or well, our main bad guy. He was a fucking blast, dude.
Yes, he
Yeah.
was.
Oh my god, like, why does nobody cosplay as him, dude? Honestly, and not even like him, like with like the little metal things. I want to do where he's like the face on it, where it's still
With the
flat
floppy ears.
Yeah, yeah.
I want to do
Floppy ear
that.
Toby.
Fuck it, dude. I loved it.
That'd be great.
That
I
whole
found
scene
that
was
more
fantastic.
more funny than anything in that scene. Like
Like
when
it
you're
made me
doing
want to
that.
watch Darkman, but at the same time, I still just kept wanting to watch that too. I was like, oh man, this is like Darkman got bad, like bad.
So
What's
I
the
didn't know what kind of movie this was going into it because I had never seen it before. I just heard, you guys talk about it and excited for it, and I watched it, and it, like I was telling y'all before we came, it took me three tries to watch this movie. It was a fun movie, I do give it that, but I don't know, like at the beginning, it just took forever to get shit finally going for me, and then it kind of all just like rushed through there in the third act. Like everything was just so goddamn fast. Like, and then I felt like the killer reveal was way too early. Like, I don't know. It wasn't a shitty movie, but it wasn't.
It didn't. I will definitely say, dude, my expectations for this were completely different than what I got. So I
Yeah,
understand if that's where you're coming from, because like, dude, I didn't know it. Popcorn is such a vague title.
Yeah, very.
And
vague.
then even like looking at the synopsis, you're like, oh, okay. But then still, it's like, even listening to Chad Daddy talk about this before, and then still watching it was way different than what I imagined, I guess.
Yeah.
And I really want to see what the original version of the movie was going to be, because the title Popcorn actually referred to a plot point that was completely changed and deleted.
Huh.
So the
Poison in the
name
Popcorn?
actually had a meaning. This was supposed to be like basically a straight up slasher film. 3 weeks into shooting, they changed directors. So they'd used most of the footage they had, and they also changed the lead actress. So they completely switched that, and they reshot a lot of the scenes with the original actress, with her in it. But most of it was already filmed, and then they had to change things up a little bit because the different director wanted a different tone, different actress. And like one of the reasons they say the original director got fired was because he had a very acute sense of detail. Like he was more concerned with getting the little movies within the movie done right than getting the main movie done right.
Which I think that was actually like
Those
one of the
were
coolest
awesome,
things.
though.
They were
Yeah, they
awesome.
were.
And they were
worked.
very,
it worked.
All the gimmicky shit that was in it, like that was like really cool. And then I loved also too looking at all the costumes that were in the crowd.
Mhm.
Like
that, like it had
That
good,
was,
it
yeah.
had good stuff in it.
that moment right there, like just them opening the theater and the crowd getting there, and I'm just like, yo, that's my people. Like,
Yeah.
right there, dude.
And the rap before they started letting people in
every music that band sang, dude, was fucking like the music in this movie was ridiculous, but in the best way, dude.
I really wish this would have been more of a comedy, more of a horror comedy along the vein of Police Academy, but a horror. You know what I mean? Like campy, how Police Academy is very campy and shit like that. I wish that would have been this movie, and I think I would have enjoyed it a little bit more.
I know for me, this was my first viewing. I didn't listen to the old episode. I didn't read into it. I saw the poster. My legitimate thought when I read the title Popcorn was, so let me guess, they eat popcorn and they start turning into monsters and start melting from the inside out.
That's what I always thought when I would see this at because I never watched it before, but I would see, I remember seeing the VHS at the video stores, and I never got it, but in my mind, because of the cover art, I always thought it had something to do with the actual popcorn being some kind of thing that like mutates people or something,
But but as I'm watching it though, I'm like, all right, well, it's not people melting from the inside out, but this is fun. And the fact that an animatronic, mosquito is used as a weapon, I gotta say,
twice.
Yeah, not once, but twice.
Twice.
Yeah. It got sucked out there, didn't it?
Which I think was one more time than needed.
I mean, the second one was better.
The
second one was way better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like
I mean, the first one, that guy had plenty of time to move. Seriously, yeah.
My question is, does a booth like that, where the kid got electrocuted, does that actually have that much kind of power in order to be able to do that, or are we just pulling some movie bullshit? Because
I mean, it's got to have, it's got to have
power. I get, but like the way they like switched the board, I don't know anything on that shit. So I'm honestly wondering, like,
well, I would think
they just
so.
look like audio cables, but I'm like, maybe there's somewhere powered.
They do look like, and they are audio cables. It's just for theatrical effect.
I get it.
But I mean, you would think that board did have some kind of power to it, especially having to shock those seats individually. So it's got wires running to every single. So the power source for it had to be massive.
Which I love that was a legitimate Castle gimmick at one point too, was fucking shocks in the seats.
Yep. Yeah. That was the Tingler.
Tingler.
Yeah. So
Man.
now that you bring that up, here's my question. So those seats, he literally has the ability to shock pretty much every seat in that theater, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Right. He could just be like, "Pah."
Well, no. It's not that. So when he gets electrocuted and that whole board is basically going with him,
It should have electrocuted everybody.
shouldn't everybody's
Yeah.
seats been going off at the same time and
Well,
nonstop technically?
not necessarily, because you got to think it's on a switch. So if those switches aren't getting moved,
Well, no, but remember the electricity could bypass that if it's getting enough juice. I'm
true.
just saying.
No,
Yeah.
not necessarily. Not if there's, it all has to deal with resistors and everything too.
We
I'm
are in
not
the
an
80s. There is
electrician.
no
I don't.
resistance.
It was the 90s.
90s, whatever.
But I liked how, like, his body disintegrated.
Yeah, literally.
Like that was like I don't know if
See,
you guys
I don't
have
think
ever
his
seen-
body disintegrated. I think that was more like if somebody gets struck by lightning and they're just knocked out of their shoes. That's kind of how I took it.
But all his
Oh,
clothes-
really? But they
Yeah,
never
I kind
showed
of-
the body anymore. I think.
No, they never showed
No.
the body.
I
So,
just figured like the way it, like his wheelchair came back against like smoking against the thing, and I was like, oh shit, dude, he straight up like arc flashed.
No,
Which-
because that wouldn't make any sense.
Well, yeah, but if you know anything about arc flashes, dude, people literally disappear in them. So it's like I could kind of go with that. I was like, okay.
You know,
And if you never had, if you want to see real life horror, look up arc flash videos, dude.
another
I know
thing
what
that
I'm doing
bothered
later.
me about this was it's rated R, and the amount of gore that we get and the amount of kills that we get was very, very minimal.
What was our first kill? Was it the mosquito kill?
Yeah, mosquito
yeah.
kill was the first kill,
No shit.
and then
And that was like almost what, a solid hour into the movie?
yes,
About-
No,
Yeah.
it was.
yeah, it was about an hour and 20 minutes or something like that. Like it took like I'm saying, it took forever for this movie to fucking get going. And then when it did get going, it felt like it was super fucking rushed. And that's my biggest bitch for it. Like I said, it was a fun movie. I'll definitely watch it again. It just felt so damn slow and then rushed, like super fast.
I'll agree with you because I wanted more Toby, because like once Toby really sussed his character out,
Yeah.
dude, it's not like, I know Terrifier is like a terrible example, but the fact that like our main bad guy just has so much personality. I
Mhm.
personally loved that, dude.
Yeah.
You usually don't get that. And this dude's the fucking theater buff. But when he's talking about like how he had to like fucking go through life like gluing shit on his face just so people like, I don't know, dude. Like I fucking love that scene. And honestly, I don't know about you guys, but I laughed my ass off. And I know it's so stupid. But when he looked at the ant and he's like, oh, I'm so glad I cast you in this part.
Oh, dude, I laughed.
I
Yeah.
fucking
I
laughed
was
so
haha,
hard.
dad joke. That was a good dad joke.
It was fantastic, dude.
No, I agree. I agree with John. He was good. We needed more of him. He needed to be there.
See,
But
like I know you thought the reveal was kind of early, but I didn't. I personally didn't, because we got more with his flushed out. Like, okay, now we know he's a psychotic.
Yeah, we got more
motherfucker.
crazy Toby.
Oh,
that
yeah,
way.
yeah.
Now we get.
But we didn't get, I don't think we got enough with, as soon as we found out, with as much, as early as we found out that it was him, I don't think we got enough character development with him. I
Yeah.
just would have liked to seen a little bit more. And maybe it's
That's
because
fair.
I'm spoiled now with like you said, like with Terrifier, for example. He has all this personality, and I just wish it would have been there at the beginning. You know what I mean? Give us
but
little.
then it would have kind of gave it away that the dude he was supposed to be,
Well, no,
was
but I'm
never
saying
him.
don't show him. He was wearing all these different masks. You know what I mean?
Right.
Instead of just eluding, give us a little bit of the character working behind the scenes, doing, more things like getting his masks ready, all that shit that he was doing in the split second that
Which,
would
you
literally
know what, dude?
take
Like,
fucking
you
forever.
totally could do that. See, like now, if I were like, let's say to like redo this, I would make that the intro scene. Now that's I'm kind of stealing it a little bit from Chrome Skull, or
Mhm.
not-
Yeah.
whatever the first one is. I can't remember.
Chrome Skulls.
Whatever
just-
the fucking.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, where it's the whole like lock and load scene, but that's the intro scene. Chad, we could do that.
Yes,
Let's
please.
do that.
Yes, please.
Um,
yes,
but
please.
yes.
I would say
Yes.
throw it on towards the end of the year, though.
That's what I'm
give us a
thinking, too.
good-
Save it for October.
There you go. Sorry, random little sidebar that you guys don't get to know about.
Nope.
But no, this I understand the gore really wasn't there. This definitely didn't feel like it was a hard R.
No.
But 90s
No.
R's sometimes 90s R's are weird to me, dude. Because they can go really
Yeah.
fucking hard or they can be really like
In the
what
middle.
is this?
For
Yeah,
me,
like,
this
kinda
was just a
soft.
long episode of Are You Afraid of the Dark?
That's fair.
That, yeah,
love
that's
Are You
actually
Afraid of the
a good way to put
I
it.
love Are You.
Yeah.
I loved it too.
That
but
was
that's
that
what
was a
this
really good
felt
show.
like.
Yeah.
This
We were
felt
watching
like
it in Bob's hotel room at the fucking con in August.
Yeah, we were.
But yeah, that's
the
what it
OG
felt
or the
like.
reboot?
I think it might have been the reboot, but
at
we
the
were all
time, it
eating
was
pizza.
reboot.
There was a bunch of us, but it
We
was
were-
just like, hey, it's background noise, and it's
Yeah, listen, we were eating pizza and drinking. Do you really?
Yeah.
We're just like, are you afraid of the dark?
Yep.
Oh,
Funny thing you mentioned about like background noise today for my show notes. My background noise was the Alf animated series.
Nice.
oh, nice.
wow.
God, how old?
I was like,
that?
I need
I
something for background noise, and I'm
I
not gonna
forgot
get too
that even
invested in-
existed.
Dude, it had one of the best theme songs ever.
That was like, wow, dude, what year was that? It had to be like 86.
That was like- No, I think it was like 89.
was that much later?
Damn, I don't know.
I was a little wee baby then, so that's hard. I don't really
Hold
know.
on.
My
But-
background noise was Cropsy.
I remember watching it, the Alf series, but I don't remember the theme song.
So,
Alf the animated series was that was 87. Damn,
oh, I was
you were
close.
closer than I was.
All right, so I gotta say, dude, like I like the students in this. I like how they were like film buffs. We got
Yeah.
them kind of doing their little banter in the beginning. I thought that was pretty cool.
I wasn't a fan of wheelchair guy though. 'Cause
No,
he seemed
but
kind
you
of
know,
douchey towards horror movies.
but he reminded me of what's his name from Texas Chainsaw, and I didn't know if
Franklin.
that was,
Frankly,
and I didn't know if that was supposed to be maybe an homage to that character. I
Oh
could be
god, that's
completely
the only time
'cause-
you wanted somebody in a wheelchair to
right.
die.
Franklin was the d-bag in the wheelchair, and he set the pace. No, part two.
Does that
doesn't
count for real life, Chad, or just movies?
Well, I don't know any real life guys in wheelchairs that I want to die. So
I'm asking for a friend. I'm kidding. That's horrible.
set of
God
steps.
damn it.
Hell yeah, man. No, but it's just. Go ahead, Bob.
I mean, I will say this. This is we keep saying it is a fun movie, but it definitely feels misguided. I think that's the best term to use it a little bit in certain spots because I think there's a lot of tones going into this because Chad said there was a director and then they got rid of him and then now your 3 weeks of shooting is shot because this new guy comes in. It's still fun, but I think there were more things lost in translation. Still fun, but there was a lot of lost, I feel.
I
think-
loved how you thought it was paranormal at first.
Yeah,
You know,
yes.
when the ant shows up to the theater and that shit starts popping off the
Which
sign,
I
and then
can, which makes
Possessor
no
pops
sense
up.
They
to me at
never
all.
Okay.
explained
No,
that.
no, no.
That has
they
to do
never
with the
do.
original version.
Well, but here's the thing. You got to remember, and this is exactly what I thought at the time that I'm watching that scene. Oh, somebody's doing that because they're all film students. So I knew off the bat it had to be one of them because they were already talking about all the gimmicks and shit. And I'm like, it's a gimmick. It's a fucking gimmick. That's all it is. It's a fucking gimmick. And it's either a projector, which they never say what it is, but popping those things out. Easy. You set up little fucking flashbangs.
That's easy,
behind
but
it or
then you
something.
got Possessor to just randomly show up, like, oh, like
fucking projector, man. She was ready to shoot
I mean,
some shit.
I'm not saying I couldn't figure out, like, yeah, you could probably set up a little like thing where it's just like pistons behind each letter to just boop, 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 boop,
Yeah.
just like you have the seat set up. Yeah, that would be an easy setup, but
And okay.
I'll agree though. I didn't like the intro to this movie. I felt like it didn't
No.
like it just seemed very like left
It was very
field.
weird. Yeah.
It was out of nowhere, just like what the fuck is going on, dude?
I don't remember it, so there you go. That shows how
Well,
much of an
it was the
impact it had.
dream, but it was the
Yeah.
original Possessor movie and the dream at the same time. But there's like no credits that really lead into it or
No.
anything, dude.
No.
It's just like a straight up cold open start, like bam.
Did we even get the title pop up? I don't remember.
I think you get it right before it literally starts.
Yeah, like I don't remember I remember the rest of the movie after the intro, but I don't remember the intro.
Yeah, The intro was definitely a little wonky. Brody, I'm sure he will mention, but he did mention to me, felt a little soap opera-y.
Yeah.
And yeah, the acting in the beginning did feel a little soap opera-y. I was like, oh God, dude. it's
Very
gonna
Days
be
of Our
fucking
Lives.
Days of Our Lives.
No, search for tomorrow. You don't gloss over that one. That one's your favorite, buddy.
That's fair. Oh man.
The dead people.
Fucking A.
Not
Oh,
enough
sweet.
people died for me too. Like, there needed to be more. Like,
So I did love the scene though when he was mimicking with the dead
oh
girl.
yeah.
Yes.
Because I like how the friend was like, oh yeah, there's nothing wrong. But then even the dude was like,
She looks like shit.
yeah,
She
you're
needs-
right.
she needs
Like,
to
that's
eat better.
right.
She needs
Exactly what
to
I
eat
said.
better. Yeah, she needs to eat better. She looks like shit.
like, wait, dude, nobody wobbles their head like that when they're
It reminded me of the scene in Killer Clowns with the fucking
Oh
Yes.
god.
top on his leg.
Oh my God, yes, dude. But no, like I said, was it a perfect movie? No. Was it
No.
something that I've never seen before and did not
Yeah.
expect? Absolutely, dude.
Mhm.
And I think that's why I personally enjoyed it, because it was just, it's so different than I feel like
It is,
anything
yes.
we watched, dude. And I was just like, I don't know if I can hate this movie, dude. This is like it. And you sold the little movies pulled me in too, honestly. Like that's one of the biggest things.
The
Yeah.
first movie, Mosquito, legitimately felt like a 50s movie.
Oh, bro, I would
I'm
totally
like, oh,
watch
you
that.
guys actually did pretty good
Yeah,
with that.
shitty
shit.
effects and all, yeah.
We're gonna
Literally.
review that on the upcoming new Kaiju's or comics. Kaiju.
I literally, like I said, I chose this, never saw it. I went in with like body horror. I came
You
out
know-
with this is a
You know what
way
else?
worth of a movie.
Not just those movies. I want that fucking clock they had too.
Yes.
Yes.
yeah.
I would
That whole
would-
setup
oh
was
my
dope,
God.
dude.
I
But
want
you know,
that as
I
my
just-
alarm clock.
I didn't understand. And I know he explains why, but it didn't make sense to me that you would want to get revenge on, okay, I get it, whatever, her dad did what he did, and your mom and you were burned and this and that, but why are you trying to finish the movie? Just that plot point didn't make sense to me. Like,
I feel like he was just so obsessed with like knowing he was probably gonna die in that theater. So he was just trying to like bring everything to fruition. Like he
But
dies,
he's
she
lived-
dies.
he's lived his life. Like, granted, he's had to put on these prosthetics and shit, but he was pretty much living a normal fucking life, bro. Like,
He was playing the
why
long
just-
con, dude.
But his normal life was just a mask. It wasn't real. It was fake. He had this
that
deep-rooted
girl liked
trauma,
him.
and he was jealous because she survived unscathed and he didn't.
So, all right, real quick. So now I got some quick questions because I didn't understand where his revenge was to this girl. So this girl, Maggie, who was her father? Was that
The
The
father
guy
was the
who's
guy
Wayne
who
Gates.
made the
okay?
yeah.
So
Possessor,
her
yeah.
father made the movie. His mother was part of that cult
Yep.
actor thing. They were okay, because like when he was explaining it, like didn't like catch with me. I'm like,
Which
so I'm like, so who was your father? Who was your mother again?
I mean, like he was young enough to or he was old enough to obviously realize his mom was in the cult, but maybe he was in the cult enough to still be a little indoctrinated in it. Maybe that's why he continued with it.
It could be.
You
Yeah,
didn't
that
even,
could be.
one of those things where like you don't even know.
Well, so
just
and
because
so
it's
how?
so deep.
So these are high school kids, right? Yes.
College.
So how? So now I'm
Say
just
like
trying- now-
22. I'd put him at 21.
So then he had to have been how
22.
old when she died? I'm just doing the math. I don't know why. I
It
don't
would
know
have
why
probably
I'm
been
About
single
6 or 7.
digits.
It was about
Yeah.
6 or 7 because they said it was 15 years.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know why I'm looking so deep into it, but now I'm just
No, it's
looking
all
deep into it.
No, man, it seemed like it was a fun movie. I like the smaller films. I agree with Scuba. They probably could add a little bit more comedy in it. That would have been fine with me. Or the other way, make it a little bit more serious, maybe add more deaths into it. You know what I mean? Or like you actually do start killing people in the theater, like taking them out with the seats or something. I don't know.
That's what I thought was going to happen, but not when he was doing it with the board when he was going to die.
Right.
I thought that was going to happen, but it didn't.
But I do like how it shows the lust for people and entertainment value to see shit just of the fucked up nature. because obviously like everybody was ready to see him kill her because they all thought it was part of a stage show. But it's like, I don't know, man. That whole time he's just swinging around as a dead body at the end. I'm just like, man, imagine
Only
just
they
being
knew.
at that event.
And you
just,
don't
like,
know.
and when he finally, because like I wish they showed it the whole line too, but obviously they cut and then not like the cops are already there. But imagine if you just watch the whole time when that thing finally just slows down to where it finally just stops so that everybody realizes that's a legitimate fucking dead body. Like, I don't know. I think that would have been a way more horrific moment. Unfortunately, they didn't get to show it. So
Hey, that happens in real life at haunted houses. You don't know sometimes those are real people dead over there.
hopefully not. But is there anything else, gentlemen, you guys want to bring up, or shall we bring up the sexy gang doppelganger kingabanger?
Let's do that
Doppelganger.
Stalcy.
All righty, let's pull him up. Whoop.
How's it going, folks? It's your DKB here, back for another episode of Gore. This week I'm here to talk to you about Popcorn. Now, Popcorn is, this was my first viewing of the film. It's definitely one of them films that I used to see on the VHS shelf in nearly every fucking store back in the heyday. And I would just be so infatuated with the front cover of this. I mean, the artwork is absolutely fucking fantastic. It's simple and effective, especially after you watch the film. It's like this visual representation selling the film in hand to the audience. It didn't feel like a cop-out. So I was able to really resonate with what they were showing us in the film and the poster. So, yeah, that was cool. Not like Slaughter High, where you got this awesome poster and then it just has nothing to do with the fucking film itself. And then, yeah. So, yeah, I mean, the artwork hyped this film up, and yeah, it's somewhat delivered because it was a representation of what they were both connected. Didn't spoil anything. It was great. I really need to kick myself up the ass for not having watched this back in the day. Like I said, I'd always fucking look at the fucking VHS and never watch it, and it just, yeah. Anywho, none of that shit. All right. First 20 minutes of this film, slow, dull, a little bit painful, mainly due to the fucking acting. I messaged John and I was like, mate, I'm not too sure about this acting, mate. And he's like, yeah, no, pretty much just like, give it time, see what you reckon. And then after the 20-minute mark, she was like, bang, let's go. Having a fucking good time now. So, yeah, nah. Like I said, I had fun with this film by the time the end credits were rolling. So, moving on to the film. Also, what I really appreciate about this film probably the most is the editing, mainly due to the scene, spoiler alert, if you haven't seen it and the boys haven't talked about it, just skip this fucking review and then come back, whatever. Listen to me talk absolute shit. But the killer, Toby, we get the reveal of his multiple characters that he's been portraying throughout the film, and I really like how they're able to pinpoint the accuracy of editing and cutting on the spot when the new actor steps in to reveal themselves, pretending to be Toby and also themselves. It was really this cool mashup of like all these characters coming back into play each other. I thought it was great, and the sound design between each of them. I was really trying to pick when like the character will sort of turn around, then we'd hear another voice, so you get that layover on top of that character. But they were actually really clever with what they were able to achieve with it. And like I said, it was just simple and somewhat effective, and I think it just was portrayed absolutely fantastically. Speaking of Toby himself, I think he stole the show. He started off, like I said, like a fucking character that I just wanted to punch in the head. Then by the end of the film, he was carrying on like in this fantastic visual representation of a burn victim with these wires hanging out of his face. I'm not sure what the fuck they were for, but it looked cool, and that's okay. And then he was carrying on like this fucking poor man's Jim Carrey from Wish, but it still worked. And if you carry on like that in front of the camera's aesthetic and thinking that from a director's point of view, I'm pretty sure the cast and crew would have had a fucking fun time, because, I mean, yeah, this actor, Toby, I can't think of his name, but he was just like chewing up the scenery every time he graced the screen with his fucking presence. Now, I love the films inside the films, like Mosquito and the fucking Electric Man. I actually really want to see them films. There's something about them that they were able to really capture the aesthetic of the 60s and 50s black and white films, and they felt real. They created that realism of this film inside a film, and I love how that when the victims get iced out in those films, they bring that to life inside the theater for the audience to actually, you know, feel that rush in the moment between what the characters would in the movie. I thought it was a fantastic fucking idea, and they really need to bring that back today. I thought that'd be awesome. Just shit like that. It was those little things that throughout this movie that I really liked, and how they were able to use them to kill other people, and it was clever. I thought I just liked it anyway. And I mean it's a little bit campy and cheesy. I mean, what do you expect? It's not a big budget film. It's a film that you can just have fucking fun with, you know, get baked, get fucked up, and just sit back with a group of friends and just chill out and watch it and have somewhat a bit of a giggle. Probably the only really thing that I dislike about this film, other than the acting in the first 20 minutes, is the fact that we get fuck all gore and kills. I mean, could have really amped it up a little bit more. I mean, I think we only get 3 kills throughout the whole film, 3 or 4, and we don't really get to see them. And I mean, it just really lacked a little bit there. Yeah, it's probably my biggest problem with this film is that I had a bit of a laugh. I didn't realize this was meant to be a horror comedy. Maybe I just wasn't in the right mood or mindset for it. But there was that line where inside the film, the Electric Man, the characters in that. She goes up and she's like, "Touch me, dick," and then you hear someone in the background go, "What? She's got a dick."
Touch me, what?
I just thought it was absolutely fantastic how they were able to really, you know.
I forgot about that, dude.
It was quick witted.
We talked about that in the original episode.
So anyway,
touch me, dick.
DKB's giving it a Gore score. I'll give it a 3. Solid 3. Just feels right. So hopefully I predicted it this week. Anyway, this is DKB signing out. Look forward to hearing what you guys have to say about this fucking film, and I will catch you mother lickers next week. Ta-ta, gentlemen.
Ta-ta, sir, and thank you.
Well, he pretty much nailed it on the head.
Hell yeah, dude. I'm so glad he brought up the fucking dick, because I
forgot about that too.
Yeah.
There was some good little one-line. There were. I definitely dad chuckled in this movie.
Yeah,
like not just at the cast joke, but like that good dad belly laugh. You know what I mean?
Another good laugh was when they were watching Mosquito, and they said that there were larvae in the pond. They were breeding in the pond, and somebody yells, "We got people breeding up here in the balcony!"
Which you always do. You're just like, "Woo." Dude, that crowd though. Like, okay, as you guys have known, man, if you go to the movies, dude, like. The crowd can make or break the experience for going to the movies. Absolutely, right? You have a good crowd, dude, that movie, doesn't matter what that movie is going to be 1,000 times better.
Yes, and I've said this a few times. It had this great crowd experience with the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake.
See, now that's what I just experienced with that Terrifier and Terrifier 2 showing. It was fantastic little fucking, because an event like that, that's just extreme horror people just going to that. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Dude, the laughs were on, and like that was this crowd. This crowd is way more like, this was way more of a packed fucking joy. I want to experience something like this.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Just throwing shit around, eating, not giving a fuck.
That's what I love throwing shit at the mosquitoes and everything, because that's always been a complaint from what the fuck was the cast? Was
Rocky Horror. Rocky Horror. Oh, that yeah.
No, there was one where they have a skeleton go across. Like that's what the mosquito
House
thing
on
is.
Haunted Hill. I think that was.
I think you're right. Yes, but they said like that used to get hung up and shit in theaters all the time because people would throw shit on it. And fucking... Oh, people suck, dude.
What I loved about this is all the masks that people were wearing, like the genuine masks, not like the but I swear every single mask I've seen, and like look for sale in the back of like a Fangoria magazine back then.
Yes.
Yeah. Yep.
As I look through the old issues I have, every single mask in that movie I've seen, every single one of them.
And that, I don't know, man, like something like that was just cool. Like, don't get me wrong, dude. Like, I love the fucking horror cons and shit of today. But you know what I mean? Like, you go, dude, and like I myself, like we're all dressed like name character. Like, dude, that was all just like generic monsters and aliens and like just I don't know. That was just cool as fuck.
The guy with the 2 heads was the shit.
Yeah.
Oh, bro. Excuse me.
I love those montages, dude. Like, I don't know what it is. Those things get me so like just energized and pumped, dude. And especially when they're doing like the pageantry of it, dude. Like, they're all in characters like the students and the dudes in the cage and shit. Like, bro, that would be me. I'd be like, yo, dude, I'll volunteer to do that shit. Like, let's fucking go. Like, it just makes me want it now. I want to go to something like that, dude. But no, I would love it if they try to I mean, obviously, yes, they brought back Castle films. We've gotten remakes and shit like that. But like the gimmick stuff, dude. I think we all would like.
That's what's missing. It's like the pageantry of it all.
Now, we do have 4DX nowadays.
That's
so
not the same,
it's
though.
not the same. I understand, but I wonder seeing a horror movie in that would still be like, all right.
Yeah, but the 4DX, that's just adapting the format to a pre-existing movie versus, these gimmicks that are made specifically for the movies.
No, I'm not disagreeing because like obviously like at this point of age or whatever, you're almost gonna have to go to like a theme park to get something along those lines. You know what I mean? There was one guy wearing a Texas. Oh, was there
84 mask? What
really?
Mask?
Man, Brody must have been fucking looking because I did
He
not.
must
See
have.
it.
I didn't see that either.
Good catch, bud. Hell yeah.
Some in terms of like, say they got that 4D experience. Play Texas Chainsaw Massacre in theater. What's your 4D experience? Leatherface comes out with a real chainsaw and chases people around.
Honestly, yeah. I still like. I know it's already out of theaters, and there's no way. I'm sad I missed it, but I feel like Top Gun Maverick would have been the movie to go see in 4DX. Dude.
Oh yeah,
Oh my god, like that movie in itself was fucking fantastic, just shot wise. So
that's on my watch list this week, I think.
Dude, I don't care for Tom Cruise by any fucking means, but that movie was like, it definitely gave me 80s like OG Top Gun feel. I was like, that's I'm a kid again.
Yeah.
Like 80s is cool. Although the only thing that doesn't make sense is 60-year-old ripped ass Tom Cruise keeping up with a bunch of ripped ass 20-year-olds. What's that?
He's a vampire.
He is Lestat. That's right.
He is Lestat.
Anything else, gentlemen, or shall we spread them?
We should spread them cheeks and see what's coming out.
Yeah, let's do this.
Yeah, Daddy. What else do you want to add to the review?
Yeah, so this was such a huge box office disappointment in the U.S. that in many markets it bypassed first-run cinemas and was booked directly into second-run discount cinemas.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, so it didn't even get a fair chance. It just went right to a lot of the dollar places.
See, I was just a wee child when this came out, but I do remember the poster in like video places when I was a kid.
Yeah,
I was still
my buddy.
around.
I've said this before, and he brought it up last week. My buddy Gene had that poster and still has that poster.
Dope. That's dope. Man,
so if you're watching, Gene, props to you, buddy.
That was one of my favorite things of video stores too, was just seeing the different movie posters around the store. Obviously, when there was the horror ones too, because you're like, why do they have Children of the Corn 3 out of everything up there? Like, what the fuck?
Or when they had the cardboard standees and you could get them from there.
Yeah,
dude, nothing will ever be. And I know I've told you guys before, is the old this video place we had called Video King, and they had a legit haunted house in their video store. That oh my god, dude. Like, I want to know if anything like that exists. Like, obviously, video stores don't really exist, but
my friend Andy, his parents owned a video store, and I got to see so much awesome, cool promo stuff that, like, when the movie Cyborg came out with Jean-Claude Van Damme, they gave out comic books adaptations of Cyborg, which I might still have somewhere. He gave me one. There's so much cool stuff that they gave out to the video stores.
I feel like that's how it is for movies too, man. Like, if you work at a theater, there's this like, it's ridiculous the shit you get in. But some promo stuff you have to give back, which is crazy to me.
Well, that's funny because funny you mention that, because I have back in the closet, I have one of the original theater posters for Jaws 3. Shitty movie, but it's a killer poster.
You know what? Say what you want. I like Jaws 3.
And it says at the bottom of it that it's either to be returned to the studio or destroyed after the movie's done playing.
Illegal.
Why is it? I never understand why they always like it must be destroyed.
Because they look at it as studio property.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, and then people can sell it for like ridiculous prices and shit.
Right.
I think
but
when
the studio's
I first
not
got
getting
that,
money
it was like
for it. They don't like that.
That's okay. They don't need money. They made their millions already. Get the fuck away from us.
You know,
They need.
I'm kind of pissed now. My son works at a damn theater, and he doesn't bring home as much shit as he should.
Bro, you could be getting. You should have
he needs to step
posters
his
out
game
the
up.
ass.
I should be getting every single horror movie poster that fucking comes out.
Homie, you
Tell
should
him
be
to step his
getting a
game
couple.
up, yeah.
Listen, there's no reason right now you shouldn't be getting dumped on with Violent Night posters. So if you get one of those, if you could send one of those to me, that would
Let
be
me see if you can get 'em.
fantastic, bro. Because I mean, there's no, it's not in theaters anymore, right? I think it's
No,
out
it's
now.
not.
Dude. So they should definitely be able to give up that promotional shit at this point. Usually, you got to wait like 6 weeks or some bullshit, but.
It reminds me, I got to get a lot of movie posters. Not that I'm putting them up here, but for when I have a bigger room.
I'm so mad though because prior to 1987, the posters were of a slightly bigger size, and all the movie theater size poster frames
Right.
are of the newer size, so they're an inch too small.
Oh, really?
Ah, that's
Mhm.
even worse.
So like I
Interesting.
have my Jaws 3D poster, I can't fit into a frame. Masters of the Universe, I can't fit into a frame. The Boogans, I can't fit into a frame.
So you actually have to go get them framed at.
yeah,
the
you have to
store.
get them custom made, and they're like $100 a pop.
Damn.
Ugh. Actually, you could always go bigger, and then if it's got one of the if it's got one of the edges on it, you know what I mean. Then you can just pop the edge, and you might lose a little bit on the poster. But
It's kind of hard to find something bigger than 27 by 40.
fair enough.
I would just get a custom made for, especially the Jaws one.
I'm thinking about it. I might.
But anyway, continue.
Okay, the Dreamland Theater shown in the film is actually the Ward Theater in Kingston, Jamaica. By the way, the movie was filmed in Jamaica.
What?
Really?
Really?
That's
Huh.
why you get all the reggae music. That's a reggae band. It's because it was filmed in Jamaica.
What an interesting film location choice.
How much was? Yeah, I'm curious as to what that budget was again.
We don't know.
I'm curious.
There was no
I,
budget.
I looked. I couldn't find anything.
No shit. Brody says he collects rare Australian daybills and have to get them customized as well. $180 a pop.
God damn.
Wow.
That's why my posters are just sitting there, either rolled or folded, whichever way they came. For now,
God, I hopefully rolled. Jesus.
Well, back
Jaws
in the
is
day,
rolled.
they used to
Jaws
fold
is
them.
rolled, and Masters of the Universe is folded, and that's the one I really want to get framed before it ends up deteriorating.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
Which, by the way, the when Monster Mania was canceled for, was it 2020, 2021?
2020.
When
It
that was
was-
canceled, I bought that from one of the guys in the Monster Mania group on Facebook.
Dude, I still remember that week, man. I was sitting there talking to Gallo, and we're just playing Halo, and it was like 2 days prior, and we're like, "Do you think they're gonna cancel it, man? I don't know, man. Everything's shutting down. I don't know." And then,
Dude, I was
yeah, it
I was
just-
ready to go, man. I had
That was my
everywhere
first
I
one I was supposed to go to, man. I was so mad, dude. I was so mad.
You ain't got to tell me. I was like,
But
fuck.
whatever. I finally got to one at one point. All right. What else we got, Chad Daddy?
Okay, so I already mentioned, after 3 weeks, they replaced the main actress. The reason the teenagers listen to the reggae music is because it was filmed in Jamaica. The title Popcorn was linked to an element in the story. This element was removed before the final cut. The producers and distributor liked the title, so they kept it anyway.
But we don't know what said element is.
No.
It's the popcorn. Duh.
Yeah, but I want to know, like, what
know.
does the popcorn do?
I know. Like I said, I thought it was
Like,
going to be one of those things.
It'd be
that
cool
melts
if it
you.
was like they ate it and then it active or reacts with like the seat
Hey,
mechanic or something, and then
maybe-
like, it pops them.
Maybe it was laced with LSD because they said that Lanyard Gates, his film cult, they all dropped acid before when they were doing
Bro,
the
see,
films,
if I
so-
feel like you were gonna drug anybody in the theater before doing that, you do it during the stench, man. You just put it in that fucking shit that you're literally huffing the theater anyways. Which
Fair
I mean, out
enough.
of all gimmicks, dude, that's gotta be because there's gonna be some people that are gonna be overly sensitive to smells, dude. So you gotta figure there's
What I
gotta be
thought
some
was
people
funny is,
throwing up in there.
the way they distributed the smell, they just had the hose held there, so the person spraying the smell was also getting dosed with it.
I thought about that as
Ooh.
well, especially when they mixed dead dog and the fuck was it? Feet? No. The fuck was it? It was dead dog and something else. I don't know.
I can't remember.
Rosie,
It
I
wasn't.
don't
It wasn't
remember.
body odor. That was in the movie.
No, that was the second one.
Yeah.
That was Ugh. No, thank you. BO's the worst, dude.
It's
Anyway.
not.
Okay. Adamant about not directing another horror film after Black Christmas, Bob Clark passed on the offer to helm the film and suggested instead Alan Ormsby, his Death Dream collaborator. Instead, Popcorn was filmed entirely in Kingston, Jamaica. Ormsby was replaced by Porky's actor Mark Harrier a few weeks into filming. The cast and crew speculated that Ormsby was fired for being too detail-oriented in the filming of the marathon films. The original lead was replaced by Jill Schoen at this time as well. Clark, an uncredited producer on the film, also acted as a hands-on filmmaker throughout production and served as a second unit director when needed.
I'm not gonna lie, dude. I feel like I would be totally in the same wheelhouse as the first director, and I would get super hyper focused on my small mini films within the film so much that I don't care about the fucking film anymore.
Yeah.
Because I gotta make sure that these little fuckers sell enough that they feel like real. Like I get it. I feel like I get that, dude.
Mm-hmm.
They honestly should have had not that they ever would, but they honestly should have had a completely separate director working on those at the time.
Or had
anyway.
Bob Clark do those and he do the other movie because
Yeah, right.
That
Like,
would have been the smart way to go.
Yeah.
like have a better collab, but
whatever. Continue.
Some of the movies advertised in the theater lobby are The Tingler, The Incredible Melting Man, and Solo con tu pareja. I don't know what that is.
That sounds
silicone?
like a shit, man.
But yeah, so they did advertise real movies, and I've seen The Incredible Melting Man, and it's not very good.
It was supposed to be a comedy.
I've heard about it. I've never watched it.
It's terrible.
Tingler,
It's boring.
Yeah, it's very boring.
The
French tickler.
Oh, it's a whole different movie. It's a whole different movie, a whole different feeling.
Tom Villard, Toby, told director Mark Harrier that he had AIDS 2 weeks into the production after Harrier took over as director.
What?
Was that a
Yes.
joke or
No, he died of AIDS in 1994.
Oh.
Damn, dude.
Damn.
Now I know where I know him from. This is gonna be way out in left field. He was in My Girl.
Dude, I haven't seen My Girl since I've been a kid, so I only remember that Macaulay Culkin dies from bees.
Fair enough.
Like, yeah,
He played a hippie.
Like how Eli Roth directed the film Inside. Oh, yes. Dude, Inglourious Basterds is a fucking fantastic.
Oh, yes, it is.
Okay, so continuing on, Derek Rydall, who played Mark, did his own stunts in this movie. He also, hold on a second, because this is in my old notes. Derek Rydall.
Ooh, old notes, yes.
Old notes, yeah. Let's see, back here. Did his own stunts. He quit acting after near-death experience snorkeling in Jamaica.
Oh,
While doing this?
I don't know for sure.
probably.
Damn.
That's
shitty, dude. I get it.
okay. So, like I said, it was not a box office success. It opened in 8th place its debut weekend with a tally of 2.5 mil from just over 1,000 screens. It ended its domestic box office run with $4.2 million, which isn't terrible by
No.
1991 standards, but it wasn't. Definitely wasn't enough to start a franchise or anything.
This doesn't need to be a franchise. This is just a
No.
one-off, and it's good at that. I don't, and it might have just been the copy I saw too, which was clean as fuck. But a lot of 90s movies, dude, I hate 90s horror. I'm not gonna lie. There's a lot of shit. There's some good stuff out there. I'm not gonna say there isn't.
But it's far few.
But
between.
it's just 90s horror was just, it just felt so weird and so
like The
different.
Dentist.
Which I've never seen, but I'll have to take your word for it, dude. Like,
No,
it's
no,
just-
yeah, don't.
I hated that movie, dude.
yeah.
but it's just like, yeah, there's this weird, like, it just feels almost a little schlocky. Like everything feels a little bit, and I don't know why. This even included in some parts. There's just some parts that I'm just like, why is it 90s horror that feels like this?
Yeah,
Well-
and this was 5 years before the horror renaissance that Scream started. So
Right.
this was like horror at its lowest, basically.
But at the same time, I feel like this is so much, this, for me, like this is actually really a lot better than a lot of shit that I've
It
seen.
is.
Like, I would have enjoyed seeing this in theaters, dude. It would have been fun as fuck. And still would. Like, I would still watch this if somebody was actually like, yo, we're showing this on a double feature or
Oh
something.
yeah, I would.
Hell
Listen
yeah.
in
What
the
would,
mouth of
what would you
Matt.
put this? Ooh.
And in the
Totally
Mouth of
two
Madness,
movies I would never put together, but I would totally go watch them.
Well, yeah, because think about it. Get this movie going. Oh, we're light mood, and then you get in the Mouth of Madness, which is totally crazy. Like, wait, what? I think that's one of the better movies of the '90s. I stand by that.
I love that.
I would
That's
agree
that's
with you
fucking
100%,
It was
Bob.
good.
Fucking one of the greatest. I say.
I can't. Now you
I
just got
say
me
that
thinking.
in the terms of weird.
I was just gonna start going with the argument from Christmas Bloody Christmas. Be like, now where do we put Pet Cemetery 2 on this list?
That's on a personal.
I
list.
like
I'm not-
I like Pet Cemetery 2, man. Like,
No, it's good.
I've
but-
never sat through the whole thing, to be honest.
that was always one of my favorite. That was always one of my favorite ones, dude.
No,
Like
it's
watching
My
growing up
favorite
as a kid.
line. My favorite line from that movie: "No brain, no pain."
Fuck
yeah.
yeah.
My favorite-
yeah, right.
My favorite scene though is when they're at the dinner table. He's fucking trying to eat the mashed potatoes.
I
Oh,
did
that
see
shit
that
was
part. I do
gross,
remember that
dude.
part. Yeah,
He was just so gross of a like character, but he was so
Oh.
good, dude.
that's just
Yeah.
Clancy Brown for you, though.
Yeah, he.
Oh, but he's like, and he was, dude. I will fully admit, like Clancy Brown in that role is scary as fuck, dude. Like,
Yeah.
I always remember being as a kid, like terrified of him. Like, dude, fuck that guy. No
Dude,
way.
he was scary as the Kurgan, for God's sake.
yeah. Even Mr. Krabs sometimes.
yeah. Anyway, continue.
Okay, so Elite Entertainment released a DVD edition of Popcorn in 2001. Special features include trailers, TV spots, and promotional footage. It's out of print and hard to find. It's not that hard to find. I just looked on eBay. There's a few copies on there. They go for about $20 a pop.
That's not that bad.
That's actually not bad at all.
And then a Region A Blu-ray DVD combo was released through Synapse Films on March 7th, 2017, which you can still actually get.
Nice.
Yes, so that's all I got. You know, I didn't want to rehash a lot of what I did in the first episode. If you want to go back and listen to that, that's cool. But
Go
yeah.
back and listen to it.
Please do.
Hell yeah. Compare and contrast. Alrighty. Well, thank you very much, Chad Daddy.
My pleasure,
For
buddy.
the review notes. All right, buddies, let's hit to the main questions. Would you motherfuckers watch this?
Shudder.
Shudder.
To be
Or not
the
to.
the poor man Shudder.
Yeah, the poor man Shudder.
Man, Tubi is knocking it out of the park with. some
Oh,
of
they
their
are.
selection.
They have a.
do. Why though? Like, why is Tubi the unsung hero of horror, dude? It's
I was
I don't know,
watching
but
Demonic Toys yesterday. I haven't seen
Dude,
that movie
I'm-
in fucking forever.
It worries me that how big Tubi is getting. Eventually, they're going to have to start asking people for money.
that makes me sad, dude, because I love.
can-
Tubi.
I can
I
see that
probably
happen.
watch Tubi. Like, honestly, out of all my apps, dude, I think Tubi is right there, and then the actual like paid one would be Hulu next.
Oh, when
And-
I can't sleep, I turn Tubi on, and just throw something on, and then just fall.
Yeah, dude, there's so much shit on. And even if you're not talking horror movies, dude, you're talking cartoons or just fucking anything, shows and shit. Dude, I watch documentaries on there. I've watched so many like
Dude,
Bigfoot
you know what
documentaries and
you know what
UFO
I've
shit
thrown on
that's-
more than anything else on Tubi is fucking like Godzilla movies, especially War of the Gargantuas.
Oh, dude, I
Ooh,
love
nice.
that fucking movie.
Yeah.
It is great.
Brody, we're gonna talk about that in a little bit. Don't you worry.
Snip, fucking snip.
All right, so douche of the film. Probably have to go with Toby.
Toby for sure.
Like-
yeah.
I feel bad for the dude, but at the same time, he didn't really have to carry out the plot of the dude that was trying to kill him in the first place.
So could you also kind of give douche to Lanyard Gates, the guy? That,
Oh, easily.
Yeah, I was
mean,
gonna give
he's
it
like,
to
Oh,
even though he
yeah.
wasn't physically in the movie, I would give him douche.
But
too.
he
He's the
started
douche.
this
He
whole
started
thing.
everything. Yeah.
So that's
no,
my,
yeah, like yeah, he would be ultimate douche. if
Toby
he
was as much a victim as he was the victimizer.
correct.
Yeah.
But sometimes our best bad guys are also victims themselves in some way or another.
Like
That's
Mr.
just-
Freeze.
All right. What's that?
Like Mr. Freeze.
Yeah, exactly, dude.
Yeah.
He's probably my favorite Batman villain.
Or
I mean,
Cropsy.
See, that's why I like Leatherface, dude, because like Leatherface, besides the new one, to which was a full revenge film before killing his mama.
Mother figure, yeah.
Yeah. But like in the old ones, he's just, he's just the runt of he's the quote unquote run of the litter, just being told what to do by the family.
Yeah, because he's obviously developmentally disabled.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
So,
and it's like, honestly, it's like, he's probably just a sweet dude. He just put in a really terrible, wrong situation.
Brody's pick for douche is the guy that stole Mark's date.
Mark was kind
Yo.
of a douche too, though.
Yeah.
He showed up with another chick.
But that other guy she was with, like, I don't know what the fuck. His voice
He
did
was-
not go with his
he was
toughness.
trying to-
No,
No,
dude, he
finger
sounded like
blaster
he got
and shit.
kicked in the nuts before he had the fucking thing on his nose.
I like
man.
how he stood up and he liked to try to be tough. Mark could have been like, bro, just sit down.
right? I was like, yeah, no. Although I could totally play that dude. Get a shitty little tattoo on.
Shave your head.
No, he didn't have a shaved head.
No, he had slick
He
back
had like
hair.
He had
slicked
hair.
back
Oh
hair.
yeah.
It was like kind of greasy and gross. Favorite kill.
Toilet explosion.
Oh, I forgot about
Forgot
that.
about that.
Oh my god. Wow. Fuck.
I mean, there was only like 5 kills.
I
Yeah,
know,
but
but
I
I
don't
somehow I
remember.
forgot about that.
Yeah, and Tina, the one girl, got killed off screen, so we didn't even see how she died.
I'm gonna go with
That was the
the
girl who got like marionetted, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
the,
gonna say I don't even remember how she died.
the
Like
electrocution.
she just had the weird like face shit stuck to her. She's like, oh my god.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the electrocution.
That's my pick too. Is the electrocution
See, yeah.
because of all the other people getting zapped while he's dying.
Even Brody's like, there was a toilet explosion.
Yes,
I know,
the
dude. I
fucking little-
totally forgot about that dude. Yeah, because it was the dude in the insane asylum
the psych.
get up.
Yeah,
Why? What did he?
dinner's
What
ready.
did he
What do we
put?
eat?
What did he put under
Chicken
him?
and rice.
Was it one
Oh,
of those
baby,
smell
I'm
capsules?
on my way. I don't know what it was. I guess it was one of
the
those
only
smoke
thing-
capsules.
The only thing I could think of that would make an explosion like that, though, would have to be pure sodium.
I was just wondering if it was
Yeah,
one
I
of
don't
those like
know.
I couldn't remember because I was trying to remember if they said like something with those like smell capsules, like that's why they had to get it released because if there wasn't a release, it would build up. And that's maybe I'm just totally pulling that out of my ass.
No
I'm
idea.
just like, because that would make sense of like utilizing the props as weapons. Obviously, we got them. You know what I mean? So that's where I was
Yeah.
trying to pull it from, but okay. It was still dope. I'm actually gonna go with Toby's death, dude. It was the better of the two mosquito kills.
Mosquito death too.
Mhm.
Yeah, it was the better of the two, and I don't know. I just like the framing on his face, dude, when he's swinging back and forth, and you can actually see like the mechanics of it and shit, dude. It's just I don't know. It was cool.
I thought I
Plus,
was
everybody
watching
just
Mannequin
watching.
2 in that scene.
Yeah, a little bit, dude. A little bit. I can fucking see that shit. Mannequin
A
2,
shittier
like,
version of
blue.
Mannequin 2.
Yeah, right. Dude, the first movie, Mannequin, weirdly freaked me out as a kid.
Really?
He was in love with the fucking mannequin.
It
She
was
like
like
even
Egyptian
before she turned
princess?
human. But even before she turned human.
no, not freaked out. I think it was just like when like it was the chew up scene towards the end when like they were crushing her or whatever. Dude, it's been so long, I don't fucking really remember.
I don't really remember much of it either.
I just kind of remember being like weirdly anxiety, like oh my god, like no. But he was in love with the mannequin before it came alive. I really don't remember that.
I think so.
I don't think he was in love with it. He just thought it was cute. Maybe I don't fucking know.
That's in love. Let's just be real.
He's like, damn, this hunk of wood's giving me some wood.
If it would have been a sex doll, he definitely would have fucked it before it came to life.
But then we could just watch Lars and the Real Girl if we want that.
That's
I've heard that's a great movie. I never watched it. But all right. Best scene, gentlemen.
When they're going into the theater, all the
Yep,
costumes,
that's the
everybody
montage.
buying the
That's what I was
ticket.
gonna say,
Ooh,
too.
That's my yeah.
All right, that's a sweep across the board right there. I gotta go. I'm gonna so at least say for honorable mention for me, I did like Toby's monologue, like him explaining
That was
Yeah.
that was
with,
really
yes,
well
with
done
the
too.
floppy eared because, dude, that's and oh my god, dude, I'm so glad Brody mentioned like second rate Jim Carrey because I was getting that vibe too, and I don't fucking know why. Like. I think maybe because he looked a little bit like Fire Marshal Bill sometimes. Like so,
This was
Yeah,
91,
yeah,
so
yeah,
this would have been in Living Color era. So yeah,
right. Like I think it was just like his mannerisms, dude, like the way he like just moved his body sometimes. But yeah, I was getting some weird like Jim Carrey vibes. That's cool. So opening scene hook you in? Honestly,
No.
no,
No,
not at
really.
all.
It was
I was
stupid.
confused as fuck. It didn't make sense, and I was like, "What is happening?" So, and that's a solid no across the board. That does not happen a lot, but there you go. Okay, most attractive character.
D. Wallace.
D. Wallace, man.
I can't do I can't do that 90s hairdo
Yeah,
though, man.
not in this. I always kind of like the girl with the really short blonde hair myself.
The nurse?
Yes.
The nurse was a little thicker, dude.
The
I guess.
Amazon?
Yeah.
She was.
She wants some snoo.
Yeah, no, I'm going with Chad. Yeah, her definitely.
I actually like the other girl, the girl who got killed off screen.
The marionette.
Yeah, the marionette. I thought
But
she was
her
pretty-
and the main girl look so much alike.
With when she had the wig.
Yeah,
on,
but that was only
Yeah.
the wig though.
Yeah,
And I like the wig.
I did too.
The wig looked better. The wig's shitty
The wig-
bangs looked better than the normal girl's.
No,
real
no, no.
bangs.
Yeah,
I'm changing
the
mine.
wig looked better than her real hair.
I'm changing mine. The fucking chick in the pink dress.
Mark's
date.
date.
Oh,
She
yeah.
was nice.
That chick
She
doesn't give
definitely.
head,
She
dude.
was definitely the sloppy toppy girl.
That chick doesn't
Mm.
give head. She feels too. She's too stuck up on
No.
herself.
No, I don't give a shit. I'm okay with it.
No,
No,
I would either go her or the nurse because the nurse, yeah, she's definitely.
I'm going with the nurse. I've always
'Cause
liked
the
her.
Yeah,
nurse is just-
I'm going with the nurse because the nurse is definitely going to show you a good time.
She also
And she'll
probably had
check
the
your
biggest
temperature
face,
too in many ways.
Yeah, she did.
right? She was totally down for the ass stab. the whole time, so- All right. And I'm not gonna I laughed my ass off because my wife thought the teacher when he first came in, she was like, Will Ferrell? I was like, that's not Will Ferrell. She's like, oh my god, she's like, I thought it was the afro. And I was
No,
like, I could
his
see
afro,
that.
that guy's afro was too perfect.
That dude had a fucking pimp afro, though,
Yeah,
man. That thing
he
was
did.
like,
He did.
oh, it was
I'm pretty
nice.
sure he had the same hairstyle in Amityville 3.
He did. He totally did. That was just his hairstyle.
That was just his hair. Yeah.
It was probably a little.
Just his hair.
But that was like D. Wallace's, dude. Like, I'm not saying like she's not still a gorgeous woman, dude, but just like that short of hair just looks always weird because there's no movement. You know what I mean? Like,
On her, it did not work.
yeah, she reminded me too much of the wife from Pet Sematary, and I was just like, no. But okay, did the score set the mood? Fuck yeah, it did.
I think it
Yes,
did.
it did.
Yeah, it was really
Yes.
good.
Because the music was wonky in it as fuck, or the songs, I should say, and the score was great. What was did you guys catch any of the lyrics, by the way, in some of those songs?
Yeah, they were kind of goofy, but they
Dude,
fit
they
the
were-
movie.
But they were okay, so that's an aesthetic from the 80s and the 90s that just doesn't happen anymore unless it's like a kid's film. But they were
Yeah.
actually singing about the movie in the
movie,
song.
Yeah,
And I'm like, how often do you get that, dude? Like, I mean, fuck, bro. Our theme song.
Really?
Fall break, you know.
Fall
Alrighty.
break.
By the way, did you guys watch Mutilator 2 trailer?
Yeah, we'll talk about
Yeah.
that afterwards. I'm kind of mixed on it.
Yeah,
I'm not
I
very
agree.
happy with it at all.
Yeah, we'll talk.
No.
We'll discuss that during our nerd news.
All right, that's fair. Okay, so best song, I'm gonna say the one they sang in the
The rap.
theater, dude.
Yes,
They were
yes.
jamming.
I like Saturday Night at the Movies.
yeah.
I
Oh,
played
that's the
montage.
that's montage. Yeah,
The Let's Go to the that song.
Which, by the way, that's an old '50s song by the Drifters.
Is it?
Huh.
Yo, I want to know. The wife brought up a good question. How come they don't play the old concession like previews anymore? They should. Those are so much better than anything that you get in theaters nowadays.
Sometimes at drive-ins they do.
At the drive-ins, I will see that every once in a while, yes. But I wanted at actual theaters, dude. I want to
That
be
would-
at
in
like,
a movie that's like 3 hours long, I need a little intermission.
Mm-hmm.
every movie that's 3 hours should have an intermission halfway. I don't give a flying fuck.
Yes.
Mhm.
It's
Here's your intermission to go.
They
take
used
that
to do
shit
that
you've
too
been
back
waiting
in
to
the day.
do.
yeah, dude, and they should. Listen, man, I want to re-up on my popcorn and my soda, and I need to take a piss. Like,
Exactly.
god damn it, and I don't want to miss anything.
I was dying during Avatar. I was fucking dying.
That's
I
how I
think-
felt during
I-
Terrifier, bro. I was like,
I think I'd be dying during Avatar for a different reason.
Yeah.
I'd be like, fuck you,
I
Cameron,
didn't
the
wa-
space whales.
I didn't want to watch it. I did not want to watch it. I wanted popcorn. I wanted a soda. So
You were like,
that
I
was the
wanted to go
only
see
thing.
my dude sling some fucking popcorn. at
And
the
I did.
shit.
I saw him and I talked to him. I told him congratulations on going to the Oscars. Because for those of you that don't know,
That's so
I
fucking
am
dope, dude.
dude. And here's the thing: this dude, I've known
that
this
guy,
kid
yeah.
for like 10 years. Okay, before he started doing all the spinning popcorn shit, he's been my popcorn guy. And I told him, I was like, you know what? I feel really bad that I've never even thought to video you because
Doing
this
his
kid's
thing?
awesome, dude. He's the only one that makes my popcorn good. Like the only one that fucking makes my popcorn good.
That video
so
makes me want
there's-
popcorn.
There's my buddy Gene that I was talking about
What up,
earlier. Hey,
Gene?
Gene.
Gene, what up, Gene?
What's up, Gene?
But yeah, and that's the only reason I went, because I wanted to see if he was there to tell him congratulations, because he's going to the Oscars to sling popcorn, which
That's
fucking
dope.
awesome. And I was like, the only thing showing is fucking Avatar, so I went to go fucking watch it. I was totally confused because I did not remember the first movie,
Never seen it.
and it.
Space
I don't
Marines.
know. Well, yeah, I mean they were in water, but
I
they
still
were, they
thi-
were
I
fucking
still
They're
think-
in water and they're not whales.
I
They're
still think
whales.
this movie
They're
came out
fucking
about 10 years too late. It should have.
Oh yeah, way too late. Yeah, way too late, because
it
I had
should've
no
struck
idea
while
what
that
the
iron
fuck
was
was
hot.
going on. Yeah,
Why did it come out late again? Because
I don't know, but I hate how now
Because of
he's
Cameron.
starting to use the elements and shit. So, this is an Avatar: The Last Airbender, completely different thing. But let me use water
No,
in
go
this film,
fuck
and the
off,
next
dude.
one, it's a fire
I know it's
tribe.
fire. I know. Fuck you,
Fucking
Cameron,
trash.
dude. Because then we're gonna get earthbending in the last one. Fuck you.
I hope he gets sued.
oh, they will. They will.
No one
I just can't stand how obnoxious he is about fucking Avatar.
You make
Yeah.
Terminator and Aliens, buddy. Stick
I
with
just
what you
hashtag-
know.
Hashtag not my avatar. My avatar's a little kid with a blue
Bro.
arrow on his head.
Who can make shit happen?
Did you bring that back up for nerd news? By the way,
Avatar?
Yes, please.
The real avatar. Okay, gotcha.
Yes, the real. Yeah.
All right, let's
Okay,
continue.
so-
with this.
Yeah, let's continue on.
We did best song. Favorite character, gentlemen? I'm gonna say
Toby.
Toby. Straight
Toby.
up.
Yeah. Hands
I
down.
That's
don't,
straight.
do I have to explain? Watch the
No.
fucking movie.
We've been talking about him the whole time.
Yeah, exactly. He's fucking fantastic. Personality. All right. Was it scary?
No.
No.
Wasn't intended to be, I don't really think.
No.
Horror comedy. Does it hold up today?
Some parts do,
Kind of.
some parts
Uh,
don't.
I'm actually just gonna say no. Straight up.
I feel like some of it does. I feel like I feel like with the parts with Toby, especially when he comes out and fleshes out his character, yes. The beginning and shit, montages and shit, yeah, dude. Like obviously, like we all fucking fit right in with that crowd. So you know what I mean? Like I don't know, but we'll bring up to our question in a little bit. How did we like the acting though? That was pretty. That was all right. I don't think
Middle
it was
of the
terrible.
road.
terrible.
It was, yeah.
Yeah, it was
Some of the
like,
C minus.
It was
the
adequate.
adults were good. Some of the kids were meh. Like could have been better. But whatever, they're kids, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so cinematography.
Nothing to brag about.
So we got
shot.
I mean, we got a couple of the mosquito cams. I mean,
I
we got
like
some of that.
I like the shot looking over the seats as the electrocutions were going on.
That was cool. Oh yeah. So
Okay, yeah.
viewfinder and cinematography doesn't really work because this is more like the effects. That still goes to the top, Toby though. But you know what? No. What Brody brought up, dude, when he was actually flipping the faces and going between the voices and shit.
Yeah,
I
that was
thought
really-
that was
Okay,
done.
yeah, that was
that was
cool.
awesome.
Yeah.
Like, and the voice, like the editing for the voices, and everything was like fucking on pitch, dude. It was great. Did you like the premise? Yeah, I actually
Yeah.
really enjoyed it. It was very original.
This
So
whole movie was
recycle,
very original.
yeah, 100%. Recycle, rewind, remake, or reboot. Honestly, I kind of want to fucking reboot this or remake this shit.
That's
Remake.
what I was thinking.
Yeah, remake.
Remake this.
Remake this,
With a
Will Ferrell
rewind
as the
once a year.
professor.
remake this, but do you stick with the gimmicks of the movie styles like this?
Yes.
Or, okay, I was thinking you could flip it up and go 80s horror stuff if you put it in today's terms.
So everything
And-
would be 3D.
Well, here or do 3D and 4D, and then have people come out and do stuff in the like you give it a little more. Give it a little more.
I was
best of
just-
everything.
I was just trying to go based off of like time relevance. So if you're talking like 91 and like they're doing movies all from like 50s and 60s, if we're doing now, obviously it'd be 80s and 90s. But
I say stick with the old, but I would like it to be like the My Bloody Valentine remake and change the
Yes.
killer. Change the killer's identity in this one.
Ooh.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Maybe
Like,
make
make
it to
it-
where she unconsciously, when she goes into her little having her dreams and shit, she's actually setting all this shit up because she like subconsciously locked that shit away, and she's the one
I like
actually
it.
doing the killing and doesn't know.
That might be a little bit too much like My Bloody Valentine, though.
I'd be fine if honestly it was her dad still alive and just charred.
Go
Like
the paranormal route. It's a haunted fucking theater.
Yeah.
Or
or
haunted
go
film.
yeah.
Haunted film. They put the film in. It releases the entity that was locked in there, which was the entity of her father or whatever the fuck.
I like it.
Make
Kind of like Shocker, where he's locked in the TV. He's locked in the film.
Shot.
Or like The Ring.
Oh, yeah.
You know, honestly, I've never watched The Ring.
It's not bad.
I've
No, it's
only
alright.
see I saw the first like 5 minutes of it to where you see the first like jump scare of the girl dead in the closet, and that was about it. Yeah. Which everybody was like, "Oh my god, that was so terrifying!" And I'm like,
Look,
By the way,
she was like,
I like
at the time it grossed me out.
just going back to something we were talking about earlier. I liked the Family Guy ripoff of The Ring because the cursed
Yes.
movie was Mannequin.
yes. Oh my god. Oh my god, dude. Okay. Let's rate this bitch. So Brody started us off with a solid 3. Scuba, what you got, homie?
I'm gonna give it a 3.
3. Bob.
Yeah, I'll give it a 3. Middle of the road 3, yeah.
3. Chad Daddy.
I'm gonna go a little higher and go 3.5.
3.5. I am also agreeing with the Chad Daddy. I'm gonna go 3.5 because dude Toby sold it for me like full out, and it makes me want to watch it again. So let's divide that bitch.
It's gonna come to
That
about
would be a
3.2.
3-point deuce.
3.2. Okay, so
For
the original
popcorn.
score, by the way, was a 2.5.
Whoa!
Wow. So it went up.
It went up.
Wow. Interesting. Interesting. All right. So next episode, what do we got, homies?
Ooh, next episode is one that we've all been waiting for. Our
this
fans
the
have
start?
been waiting for. This is
this
the
the start?
start. This
Oh,
is the
shit.
start. And if you want a hint, think about what Friday is because Monday, bitches, we are doing Friday the 13th.
Woo!
And yes, we're
1980.
doing them all this year.
I like it. I like it.
It's gonna be yeah.
Yes. So we are doing one movie a month, all the way up to and including, but stopping at Jason X because we feel that Freddy versus Jason is more of a Freddy movie than a Jason movie.
That's still it's standalone, anyways. Like
Yes.
to me, and obviously reboot is. Are we throwing? No.
I was thinking about that earlier. Do we do the remake or not?
I would say we just stick with the original run,
Okay.
Yeah.
and then
Possibly
if we
do the
want to
remake
do
next year or maybe at the end of the year.
throw
Yeah.
the remake on there. Yeah.
Which, by the way, I was looking at the schedule, and do you guys realize that Christmas falls on a Monday this year?
Oh
Ooh.
my! Christmas Day or Christmas Eve?
Christmas Day.
No, because Christmas Day was Sunday this year.
Oh,
so
that's
yeah,
right.
it'd
That's
be
right.
on
That's
Monday.
right. Oh shit!
Oh man,
we
so-
may take that week off.
Yeah, that's definitely gonna be a hiatus
Yeah,
week.
it's gonna have to be.
Which we haven't done that before, except for when it was bi-weekly. So
Listen,
Or
we've
we
done
could
the
just-
we've done a pre-record
Yeah.
and everything, but at the same time, dude, it's Christmas.
it's
It's
Christmas.
cra-
Everybody's gonna be busy anyway.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And yes,
so.
but Jason X was Gene's birthday movie. We went to see it in theaters on his birthday, and he was drunk as a skunk.
Fuck
That is that is the first movie. That is the first movie I ever burned. I remember downloading the
Really?
fucking video. Yeah, that is the first movie I ever burned, and I even made like a little fucking cover for the disc that had fucking Jason X on it.
Now, was that before it was in theaters? Because it was out on the
Yeah, before it was in
convention.
theaters.
Nice,
Yeah.
because it sat on the shelf for like 2 years before it finally got a release.
I know. I was so pissed, dude, because I didn't get to see it in theaters, and
I
waited
like
and
that
waited and
fucking
waited.
movie. Like
I-
I know
I-
people shit on it.
I hated it
love
the
it.
first time. It really grew on me because
Here's
you have to watch it as a parody of your first movies.
Yes.
Here's the funny part is I was just watching that before we got on. Like I was just watching the and I was at a sleepover that when I first watched that, everybody was asleep. It was 7:00 in the morning. I was going through on demand at a friend's house and I saw Jason X. I'm like, what the fuck is Jason X? And I clicked on it. And my one friend woke up and he saw someone die. He's like, "What the fuck are you watching, dude?" I'm like, "Jason X."
Okay, so Gene
It's
just
a guilty
reminded
pleasure for sure.
Gene just reminded me that Cronenberg is in this, which technically gives us 3 Cronenberg films this year.
Cronenberg's in what?
Jason X.
Yeah, he is.
Oh, he is. Oh my god, yeah.
Oh shit!
Wow, brain fart. Jesus Christ. Yeah, right in the beginning. He gets fucking
Speaking
speared.
nerd news. We'll talk about Cronenberg when we get
All
there.
right. So yes, nerd news. Brody's salivating at the mouth. I can feel it. He wants us to talk, and I want to talk. We're talking fucking Guyver, which if y'all fucking don't know, go watch a movie called The Guyver. It's Power Rangers on fucking acid, and it's awesome.
Actually, don't watch it yet because you can't get
don't
the
watch it
unrated
yet.
cut yet.
Go look it up and just look at the pictures and the synopsis. It's cool. Unless you could find Dark Hero. Dark Hero is pretty. I like Dark Hero. It's not as
I like
as
it too.
good. It's not as good. Some people like it better. But yes, Unearthed Films. They are currently cleaning up some stuff. So right now they're working on, speaking of horror, their August Underground Blu-ray, which I don't care for movies like that. If that's your thing, that's cool. If you guys don't know what that is, that's also cool. They're fucking cam snuff film, quote unquote snuff films. There was like 3 of them. They came out in the early 2000s. They have a very weird cult following. But anyways, they're working on a bunch of stuff, but The Guyver is going to be their first 4K release, and it's almost done. And right now they said they're just figuring out a few of the 4K tech specs in order to clean it up properly, but that's going to be released this year. Now, if anybody listened to Fatality when Brody and I were doing it, him and I got on a super weird tangent one episode, and we ended up buying it because we were like, oh, fuck yeah, dude, Arrow has it. But Arrow has the actual director's cut, to which the director's cut's the shittier fucking version of the film, which makes no sense. But he didn't want it to be as violent and everything as, like, I guess, producers. This is the time the producers actually came in clutch for everybody.
Yeah.
And so we're actually going to be getting the actual legit rated R cut from Unearthed Films, which I am so excited for it. I don't give a shit how expensive it is. I am getting it day one.
Yes, Gene, we have done Dead Heat.
Dead Heat was
We loved it.
fantastic,
We loved
dude.
it.
Fucking love that fucking movie.
I'm pretty sure that was a solid. I think that was like a 4.5. If
I must have not been.
easily,
I wasn't on for that episode.
I don't think you were on for that one.
Something.
I think you might have not been.
You might have been on vacation or something.
Yeah, dude, it was
that sounds about right.
Fantastic movie, though.
Let me see if I can figure out what we gave it.
Okay, so while we're also in nerd news, and I asked Scoob to
Avatar,
remind me
yes.
about Avatar. So
The real Avatar.
the real Avatar, talking Nickelodeon's Avatar, The Last Airbender, Korra, all that good shebang. New movie is officially announced and is going to be coming out.
Woo.
And voice actor of Zuko will be returning as adult Zuko for it too. Which
What?
That was first.
Oh,
that was
shit.
confirmed.
I didn't
And I'm
fucking
like,
know that.
yeah. Which, if you don't know who the voice actor for Zuko is, it's Rufio from Hook.
Rufio.
Oh shit.
Rufio. That's right. So I
That's
was very
dope.
excited to read that shit, dude. I love Avatar, dude. I
love the
rewatch
show.
series once a year.
I love the show.
Order of the
Fuck
White
yeah,
Lotus.
dude.
Okay,
I mean,
we
like,
gave.
go ahead.
Sorry to interrupt. We gave Dead
No,
Heat
yeah.
a 3.8.
Wow. I feel like that's kind of low. Maybe not. It could have been. Yeah, I don't know. It was a fantastic movie nonetheless, though, dude. I remember
Yeah,
we
laughing
really
my ass
enjoyed it.
off. Because that was what's his name from fucking Deep Rising.
Treat
And-
Williams, yeah.
Treat Williams, yeah. That's right.
That was
Oh,
such a
man.
weird fucking movie.
It was, dude.
Good though.
But no. Oh, okay. So Brody, I'm gonna add for the Guyver quote for Brody. Screaming Mad George didn't want it to be violent, and yeah, couldn't believe that.
That's unlike him.
Dude, in watching the non-violent Guyver, it's like no, like
Anybody
why?
know why his name is Screaming Mad George?
Go ahead, Bob.
No,
Enlighten
anybody?
us.
No, I'm asking.
Oh,
I'm asking.
I
Anybody?
thought you were gonna enlighten us.
Because I know Howard Berger, who fucking was doing makeup effects on a Nightmare film. So was Screaming Mad George. He's like, I don't even know why they call him Screaming Mad George. We don't even know what his name is.
That is his name.
That sounds like, was that part 4? That sounds like part 4 there.
Yeah, it was part 4.
Hell yeah. Is there any nerdy news that you gentlemen have?
You mentioned,
yeah.
Or Chad, you want to go first?
Yeah, so
Okay.
last week we got trailer drops out the yin yang. Last week we got the trailer drop for Evil Dead Rise.
Oh yeah, we did.
By the
Yes,
way,
we did.
watch both the red and the green band trailer. They both have, like, I saw the red band trailer first, and my wife came home
Same.
from work, and I
That's what I
showed her,
watched.
and I thought I showed her the red band, I showed her the green band, and I'm like, none of this was in the other trailer because it doesn't show like the cheese grater attack.
So in the green band, does it show any like funnier moments? This was a discussion.
Yeah, it does have a bit more of a light,
because some some people were upset with the red band because they said they were like, it didn't seem like there was any comedic tone in it. And I go,
in the red band trailer, it doesn't say, but it's implied that the mother is dead.
Right.
But in the green band, it says she's dead.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of took it as she was, anyways. Usually, once you're
but the
dead,
green
like,
band flat out says.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
But with the comedic tone, I mean, the 2013 one
had a little bit in there, but
not like what I think people are.
Right. No, because it was more like the original. The original, it was very light on comedy. Yeah,
and that's what I kind of. I mean, Bob, I'm right there with you, dude. Because I was like, well, not that it is a sequel to the 2013 remake, but that is more the vibe I personally got from it. Was just
definitely.
That's what I thought too.
It's more like the 2013. I mean, even the style of. I mean, we really don't see any other Deadites than the mom, but she looks the way they did in the remake, which is fine. I'm okay with them updating.
Yeah, they're not they're not old school Deadites.
Yeah, they're not Ash versus Evil Dead fucking Deadite. You know, and so it sets it apart from, okay, we know this takes place in a completely different universe than what we've already seen. Which even the book is different.
Right. The book is way different.
Yeah.
So, which I like so real quick on the Evil Dead franchise. So far, this is one of the few franchises where we literally have 3 original movies with Ash and all that good stuff.
And a series.
But now we're getting something totally different. It seems like we're getting another franchise, but it's all still connected by the fact of this is what Evil Dead is.
But when you go back and look at it, each movie is a completely different tone.
Yeah,
it was all of them. The original was a horror. The second was a horror comedy. The third one was an adventure comedy.
Yeah.
You know,
and then the remake. Well, I don't even want to call it a remake because it isn't. It isn't. I guess
it's a remake, and the only thing that ties in the remake to the originals was that end credit scene with Ash saying "groovy."
Oh, I was gonna go with Ash's car.
Well, the car too, but I mean,
but that's always there.
Anybody's car. The car
is always there, though.
I'll admit, I love the remake. I absolutely love it.
Oh, dude, I really hope we see Mia. I know this isn't gonna take place or it's supposed to be completely different. I hope we get a little nod to fucking Mia.
I hope post credit scene, just like with Ash in the remake.
I'm not even going post cred, bro. I'm saying I had this thought, dude. If they pull one of those where they just bring her in right at the ass end, dude.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
She just kicks in the door.
She kicks in. She's got her stump fucking hand, and then you see her like fucking chainsaw up the stump fucking hand, bro. I would fucking.
That would be nice.
I'd sizz everywhere, bro. Like
so real quick. Brody Kane just said this, and I wanted to bring this up too. Bruce Campbell said in an interview with Collider that there's 3 books in Evil Dead universe, Army of Darkness. So I'm guessing each book has different things. So real quick,
yeah.
So now think about it. You have the first, second, and Army of Darkness. They all had actually different looking books, and you see kind of all 3 of them in an Army of Darkness. Mm-hmm. I have a feeling we're going to get a third film where it's Evil Dead Rise, and then whatever they call a third one, if this does good, considering there's 2 different books already, the third one, if they do it, if this does good and it's good and we get a third one, it should be, we got to get all 3 books together. That's how we destroy it or whatever it is. You know, that would make all the sense in the world. Just saying.
By the way, I was talking on Facebook with our buddy Alex Probst, and he was saying that he thinks the trailer gave away too much. I'm like, are you kidding? And like, Evil Dead is known for being completely over the top with everything.
I don't feel like
we
it
haven't
gave off
seen.
No.
We haven't
All it
seen
did
the
was
tip of the iceberg.
okay. So yeah, we know there's going to be some funky shit with a cheese grater, but you don't know exactly what, dude.
Yeah,
Like,
and
just,
that's
my
like that. We
imagination
don't-
is just going nuts now. Like,
But we don't know that what we saw in the trailer is
Right, it's all
actually
could be
the main
misleading.
characters of the fucking
Yeah.
movie. We don't
Yeah.
know that the mom is the main character.
Yeah,
when
this
she's
could
on the
be
poster.
just
Cool.
like they did with the Suicide Squad. It's a complete fake out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
which is fine.
and we don't know if there's going to be a ton more.
But
Deadites
I'm
or
excited for
what.
it. I love the Evil Dead. The girlfriend's super fucking stoked for it. She's like, I'm buying tickets as soon as they come out. I'm like, oh, that's fine. We can go. Like, we'll go watch it however many times you want.
I
So
really,
we're
really hope
super
they
stoked.
do. I really hope they do connect it to 2013. I know it says it's not and everything. I just hope they like are just lying to everybody and they really do it.
Yeah. Or
'Cause-
maybe it is the same book, but somehow this book morphs as it gets more powerful. That's why we see the teeth and shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? As it draws more power in from souls and shit, it starts to morph its appearance. So maybe it is the same book from 2013 and they're just fucking misleading us. And it's all gonna fucking tie in, and we will get, some really cool shots with Mia and they're kicking some fucking ass.
dude, 2013,
She deserves another
fuck,
movie.
she does.
She
Dude,
does.
2013 though.
Bobby, you look like you got something you really want to say.
That was one of the most suspenseful
When he's
scenes,
done
dude, when
this.
he was opening the book. They did that so well because it's just all the perfect shit that you're just like, dude, any normal person in like the right mind would be like, okay, this thing is wrapped in duct tape and garbage bags and barbed wire.
And you,
Man, I really need to see what's in there. No, dude, no.
And if
Like,
flat
there's
out
part
says,
of me
"Do
that,
not
yes,
read this book."
There's part of me that would want to because I'm like, man, I really kind of want to know. But Steve, and then, but at the same time, I feel like at the part of me, like at least the responsible, like, no, dude, we're just gonna go put this back in the basement.
Nah, dude, it's just like in that old Ren and Stimpy. Do not push the giant red button.
Yeah.
Can he resist the red button?
No, I
The
can't.
tasty red button, the shiny, delicious, juicy red.
That would be
button.
both of us, Brody. We'd be opening it together, trying to read the shit. And
Like, I'm
someone's
not gonna
fucking
lie,
reading.
I'd be like, Steve, don't.
No, don't.
What's in there? What's in there?
I
But
would
if-
be. I'd be like, the door would be half open. I'd be like, what's going on here, guys?
It would be Brody and Steve opening it. Steve on the other side of the door. Me in the corner reading a book, getting up and going. Bobby, where you going? See you fuckers later. I know where this is going. I'm out. But real quick,
I would be the one to read out loud because I'm like, can't be any worse than the last
Chad would
couple
be the
years.
first one to turn into a fucking deadite.
I'd be
He'd
like,
be
"Let's see what
sitting there
happens."
reading and then turn around. Ah!
The head just comes completely around.
but
Man.
what Steve
He's
was
going,
saying
actually.
about the book in this movie with it having
I'll
teeth.
swallow your load. I'll swallow your load. Oh, soul. Sorry, not load.
Oh.
Not load. Soul. Sorry.
Evil head.
I just thought of
Matt?
a little theory. It probably sounds so far out there. But so now you said that this book morphs. Let's just say, like, if that's the theory.
It's got the teeth.
What if that book we saw in the trailer is not a book? So you know how we had 13, say it's not connected, whatever. Let's just say this book has swallowed enough souls that this soul, the mother, whoever it is in the movie, the book is a manifestation, but the book is turning into the ultimate deadite. And that's
Well, look
not
at the
book.
show. I mean, they kind of did something. I mean,
Yeah.
not really, but how Pablo basically was the fucking Necronomicon.
That's I was,
like he
I was
became
wondering
the
if they were
page-
going to
yeah.
do that here.
dude, with
Like
all
I was
pages
like,
and shit.
"Ooh."
Yeah.
But
I don't know.
okay,
I'm excited for it, and I don't.
Yeah, so am I.
I honestly, dude, like, it's gonna be one of those ones where I'm gonna need to multi-watch because I know there's gonna be shit I'm probably gonna miss.
Mhm.
Trying to take it all in.
I
But,
just
like, I feel like the most thing I want to know is like, how did the book get there? And they
Yeah.
probably won't even fucking explain that, dude, which is gonna drive me nuts. But like,
I just don't want people to bomb it because Ash isn't in it. I want people to give it a chance.
dude,
and not
2013
go in
did
there.
awesome though. Ash was
Yeah.
in
Yeah, but
that.
people still, hardcore fans still talk a lot of shit because it's not
I
Evil
did
Dead.
not.
I
Yeah,
didn't. I fucking love the remake.
I love the remake. I saw
All-
that opening day.
Although I was very upset with my theater then because I was the only one who stood up and applauded and went woo when Bruce Campbell came on. And I was like, you know what? Fuck you guys. You guys don't even know.
Y'all not even real fans. Get the fuck out of here.
Actually, some of the ladies, I never like my wife and my buddy's wife, they said they were like, yeah, we were watching Behind Our Hands half the time because that shit was fucking nuts. I was like, yeah, it was. So good, dude. And I just picked that up for $4 the other day. I should watch that tonight.
I got the Scream Factory release along with the Army of Darkness one.
So what else we got nerdy, homies, before we end this shit out?
We should talk about the Mutilator 2 trailer.
Oh, yeah.
It dropped the day after the Evil Dead trailer, and it was
it's not as
very
good.
underwhelming.
It was not what I thought at all.
No, it looked like a fan film.
Yes, it does.
Yes, it does.
Vengeance.
Very
very meta, which I was not expecting the whole weird meta style.
I'm wondering if it's going to be like the town that dreaded sundown, where it's going to be a movie based on the original killing.
That's what it sounds like to me.
That's what I was kind of getting, as opposed to it just being the movie originally.
Like, I kind of like the idea that they're like they're just having a little like fest for the movie in itself.
Yeah,
they're just like, hey, enough weirdos like this shit.
See, my issue with that though is the town that dreaded sundown was a town. The Mutilator wasn't a town that dreaded it.
But Town that Dreaded Sundown was good though too. Like, I liked the remake of it.
Oh no, it was, but like
this feels cheap.
Yes,
cheap,
and it looks cheap.
You kidding me?
It looks very cheap.
Walmart is not this cheap.
It's on Sharknado quality.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even go that far.
I'd say I'd give.
I think Sharknado looks like it's better quality.
You
than
think
this.
so?
This looks like it was shot on a fucking.
You said fan film, homie.
Like
that is literally bullseye.
That's
Brody said Eli Roth is finally making Thanksgiving.
Yes, he is. He actually just he left the Borderlands movie, to which that got a new director, but they're not.
But that's just for
film reshoots, right? It's not the full.
I'm
very excited about it, dude, because I love Borderlands. It was a great fucking game series. But yeah, dude, get a new horror Thanksgiving movie, so maybe that might get. That probably won't come out this year, though. I imagine, right? That'll probably be a 2024 release.
You never know.
It depends. It depends on how fast he can get it started.
True.
Like if he already had the script written and everything, it could be.
Maybe if we get it this year, maybe we can have a new Thanksgiving movie.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Although I'm always disappointed. I'm still disappointed we never got Werewolf Women of the SS. That was the movie I wanted.
Yeah.
Was Zombie supposed to actually direct that?
He was, but I don't think there was ever really any serious talk from the studios. Like, he wanted to do it, but I don't think anybody really wanted to pick it up.
I'm not gonna. So, like, I need to rewatch those. I love Planet Terror. Like that, I like that one more than Death Proof. But I
didn't like Death Proof that much.
I got to rewatch Death Proof. I feel like I got another shot.
I actually never watched
in
Planet
theaters.
Terror.
Did they showed Planet Terror first and then Death Proof, right?
Yeah.
See, and
I thought it was the other way.
No.
Death Proof.
I was so underwhelmed with fucking Death Proof
because I was
should have
did
Planet Terror was fucking great, and then
they should have did Death Proof first, because Planet Terror is more the apocalyptic, like end all. Like that. And Planet Terror is a fantastic bro.
Dude,
when he pulls out the little pocket bike at the end, dude, out of the.
I have to watch it.
How can you go wrong? How can you go wrong with Quentin Tarantino's balls melting off?
Right? Oh, so gross, dude. I mean, you get Michael Biehn in it, Bob. Do you need anything else? Like,
nope, I can watch it.
There you go.
I'll watch it this week. Fuck it, it's got to put
Death
on my
Proof
list.
was a love letter to Ozploitation films.
Ozploitation.
I get that, but
what's the Ozploitation? You have to. I'm dumb. I don't know what that
is.
Vanishing Point.
Okay.
Mad Max.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah. I wanted Kurt Russell to be so much more of a nastier bad guy, but maybe, and a lot of people say he was. I don't know. He didn't seem like it to me. Thank you, Brody. Australian cinema. But yeah, what were the trailers? I mean, obviously we got the original Machete trailer, to which did come to fruition.
Yeah. There was Thanksgiving. There was Werewolf Women of the SS, and there was one that was just called Don't.
If you're thinking of going into this house,
That's
Don't.
right.
I
forgot
think
about
that was all of them,
opening
but I could
this
be wrong.
door. Don't.
Yeah, there's werewolf. Wait, wasn't there something? There was werewolf women, and then there wasn't another. Was it Nazi women in cages? No.
Mm-mm.
I'll have to look them up again, I guess.
No, come on. Werewolf Women of the fucking Nicolas Cage as Fu Manchu. That would have been fantastic.
It's been so long since I've watched those trailers, dude.
Oh, that's another trailer that dropped. Was Renfield?
Yes, thank you. I was gonna say you said Nick Cage, dude. Nick Cage, Renfield,
That
Dracula,
looks
horror
like
comedy.
a ton of fun.
I'm ready. The teeth threw me off a little bit.
Yeah.
Same.
I
I'm
don't
not a fan
mind
of the
it.
teeth, but I can
Yeah.
get past that for Nicolas Cage's Dracula.
I'm excited.
Absolutely.
I'm excited to see that.
Hell yeah, dude. Who knows, man? Maybe 2023 will be another fucking kick-ass year in horror, dude. I mean, 2022.
I heard
definitely was a
Megan's
fucking
doing
banger.
great so far. Actually,
I am not sold on that, dude.
I'm going to wait because they did say there is going to be a director's cut.
Yeah, and it's supposed to be way more violent than what's in theaters.
That's what I'm going to wait for is the director's cut.
I mean, I feel like that's just one I could wait for at home, anyways. I don't need to see that in theaters.
I'm probably gonna go see it in theaters.
It just reminds me too close of like reboot Chucky, dude. And I don't know.
I didn't mind Reboot Chucky though.
I liked reboot
So-
Chucky. I haven't watched it
so-
since then, but
My friend, my buddy Kermit, who is a huge Chucky fan, he went to go watch Megan, and he's like, "This movie was everything that reboot Chucky should have been."
Oh, interesting.
So
okay.
I didn't really like reboot Chucky. So
No.
I didn't actually.
I liked
watch
it, but I
so
didn't
can't
like-
say.
I didn't like it. You know,
I wish
enjoyed
they
for what it
would've-
was worth, but
they should have made it original characters, as far as like instead of it being Andy, and
yeah.
it should have been just a completely original character.
Oh,
I
see,
mean-
that didn't bother me. I was just like, it makes I like that they took it. They updated it for it to.
I'm
make
still waiting
sense
for them to
now.
throw a buddy doll in the Chucky series and just have Chucky just like fucking blow it up or some shit.
My buddy.
No, the buddy doll from
Buddy,
fucking
from Child's Play, the
from Child's Play.
reboot.
The reboot.
Oh,
that's
oh, sorry. Well, I'm actually thinking of the actual legit My Buddy doll. I'm like, I got one
No,
sitting
no,
right
no.
fucking
funny.
there.
I honestly,
The AI buddy.
I did not see the remake of Child's Play, and there's one factor why I heard it's decent. Those fucking eyes just make me laugh way too fucking much on him. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
Like, I don't know, man. Like I said, I haven't watched it since it's come out, but I did see it in theaters, and I enjoyed myself watching it. Like, I've definitely been disappointed seeing some shit. 13 fanboy. But
Anyway,
Oh, and the first few episodes of Gormore were pushing that movie hard.
bro,
yeah.
if I would okay.
It's
if I
because
would
we
go-
paid money to support it, you know, to get our name. in it.
And you know what? I'm not saying that I still don't support the people that tried to make it, but I definitely have some fucking questions of what the fuck happened there.
I still haven't sat through it.
I haven't
just
watched
heard
it.
too many bad things.
There's a lot of people who probably would have answers too, John.
I mean, you guys have been listening to me rant about movies for a couple years now. You know my takes on it and what I said the first time, and I'm telling you, dude. I
What
hate
I'd-
Scream, and Scream is a fucking solid movie, and
What
this
I-
was
what I
just
don't-
literally copying that.
What I hate is people that will go on to like Deb Voorhees' page on Facebook and say how great 13 Fanboy is and it's one of their favorite movies of all time. I'm like, dude, stop the ass kissing.
So,
She's not gonna sleep with you.
So here's her metaphorical dick, and then here's Vincent's metaphorical dick, and then everybody's just doing this at that point because that's all that movie is. It's just this, nothing else. It's terrible. And if you want, if you like your actual like actors from the old Friday 13th movie, don't watch it because it's gonna just ruin it for you.
That's why I haven't watched it.
You're
I
like,
just heard
oh, you're
about
like
it.
Kane. Why did you do that?
I've heard so many bad things
Why?
about it. I'm just like, I can't watch
Bro,
it.
nobody needs to see a 10-minute Kane Hodder crying about his dead father or son or whatever as he's dying. Like, nobody needs that. I'm sorry. I love the dude. He's a great
All
guy.
right. Just stop.
Or CJ Graham trying to be the big man. Yeah. No, he's fucking terrible, dude.
All right, yeah.
So one last thing.
Yes.
By the time we are done here, the new trailer for Ant-Man and Wasp: Quantumania should be available because it was supposed to drop tonight during the college playoffs.
Oh yeah. Which going on
I'm
right
looking
now.
it up right now.
Do you think it's going to do well, or do you think it's going to do bad because China's not going to play it?
I think it's gonna.
I think it'll do well.
I think
It'll
it'll
do
do
well.
well because this movie is setting up the new big bad for the Phase.
I hope
Yes.
so, man. I hope it really like gets rid of whatever the fucking Phase 4 lust like feeling had. Just like no, get rid of that shit. They're doing reshoots at the moment for what?
Ant-Man and Wasp. That's
Oh.
not uncommon because it's not coming out till
End
is
of
it
the
not
year,
March?
right?
No. It's the first of Phase 5.
Is it the first?
Yeah, because
Oh,
Black
shit.
Panther ended Phase 4.
Yeah.
I still have yet to see that.
Same.
Is it-
It's going to drop February 1st on Disney Plus. That's when I'm going to
There
see
you
it.
go. I'll watch it then. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know, man. My Marvel luster is just dying slowly. and
I like the
I
first
think
two.
this is going to reignite the fires. I think especially with them setting up Kang as the new big bad, because we know obviously he's the big baddie in Phase 5.
But here's the thing. Here's what I want. I want them to set it up to where it looks like Kang is gonna be the big bad, and out of nowhere, fucking Doctor Doom just comes and fucking.
Doctor Doom's going to be Phase 6.
Yeah, Doctor Doom will have his
Doctor
own
Doom's Secret
setup.
War big bad.
I did see, which I was like, okay, that's cool, that the What If is going to be doing its own sideshow of it's going to be Avengers zombies,
Yeah,
not Marvel zombies. I don't know why the difference, but I am excited for that, I'll say. And the fact that they said they're going to go full out like mature and gore and shit for it, I'm like, fuck yeah, dude, give it to me. So we'll see.
Yeah.
I don't know. And I guess I read somewhere, but I don't know. Don't quote me on it. But like, I guess The Rock is trying to jump ship and go to Marvel.
Oh yeah. Yep.
That's not happening.
I
It's
don't
not
want him in
happening.
Marvel.
What
I
The
do not
Rock
want
is-
him in Marvel. No.
Yeah, dude.
He's pushed for
Marvel.
years to have
No.
Black Adam, and it sucks, and you fucked up. So that's it.
No,
your
no.
superhero
See,
days are
you know what?
gone.
I like I like Black Adam. I actually thought
Marvel
it was
Marvel does not need his ego.
no.
So,
Well, it doesn't need that. Marvel's big enough of a name. It doesn't need a big name.
Yeah, and
My
when
buddy,
they
my
just
buddy
revealed
sent
that
me a. Oh, go ahead, Jed.
I was just gonna say they just revealed that The Rock, his whole big plan for DC was to center the DC universe around him and Henry Cavill as Superman. Like, no, but you don't need to center it around fucking Black Adam.
Yeah.
It was just his ego trying to take control and saying it's all gonna be about me. That's why I don't want The Rock in Marvel at all.
No, I don't.
You gotta try to do it there.
They're already throwing around names for the recast for Superman, since it is going to be a younger version of Superman. And there was an article that I read that
Henry Cavill
supposedly
I saw
had
him. Got a mustache. Very handsome man.
that had insider reports of an actor that they already met with, and I was fucking livid. Elliot Page.
No.
For what?
That
No.
Superman.
Oh, dude, people
Boy,
will
that's a
riot.
For a young
Ted
version,
Doom
People will
for a young
riot.
version of Superman. And I'm like,
People
I'm done
will
with DC.
riot.
If that's who they cast as Superman, I'm out. I'm out.
That's that Ted 2 moment. Jonah
That
Hill.
won't. That will
Fuck.
not. That will not.
I can't see. I cannot see fucking what's
That
his
will
name
not
doing
just
that,
tank
dude.
the DC movies. That will tank DC Comics, and they will go bankrupt from it.
But,
On that.
everybody's so woke, and you got to be this and you got to be that.
No,
and
you don't.
gotta
No,
stick
you
with
not.
this
fucking
and-
don't.
They're
No,
not.
you
don't.
don't.
I'm just saying that's the
But they're
mentality
just a
that.
very, very loud vocal minority. They're not going to be able
Yeah.
to push. They won't be able to.
So,
there won't be enough support. No.
I will fucking laser off my Superman tattoo if that occurs, because that's a big no for me. Like Cavill, like I said, Cavill Superman. So they got to find somebody like in
Dude,
that.
like I could
range.
see bringing in Elliot Page to like do the Flash or something more than fucking
Yeah.
No.
just body type wise. But that's just based off that, not anything fucking else.
Yeah.
And even that, I would say no.
maybe
I would
as
still say-
Nightwing, but I can't see Elliot Page as the Flash.
Damien? Nah, too old.
Too old.
Too old. Yeah, I don't know, man. Maybe Batgirl. But no, sorry, I didn't mean to go there. Yeah, no. I just don't see James Gunn doing that, dude. I hope not.
Why not?
But-
He already took away Superman, so why not fuck it up some more? Let's be real.
And
Come on.
Yeah, but
Batman and
Gunn's-
Wonder Woman.
Let's be real.
Okay.
And then supposedly they're going to keep Ezra Miller as Flash.
I think they're literally just doing it for that
That
one
can make sense
film.
because if the Flash movie, they can just make the Flash movie completely reboot the universe, and he's the only one that knows and remembers.
Or even he revert, or he somehow changes into Grant Gustin, and then we get him.
That would be a dream right there. Give us Grant Gustin.
Speaking of another geek thing, another nerd news is Stephen Amell is returning as Green Arrow in the Flash final season.
Yep.
Really?
Yes, sir.
Yep.
He
They
said
just
when
announced it
Barry
last week, and he just reported.
he posted a picture of him and Grant, and it says, "When Barry calls, you answer."
Yep.
Well, if there's not a scene of him doing ladder pull-ups, then I'm out.
The old salmon ladder.
Fucking right. All right, gentlemen. Anything else before we cut this shit?
Nope.
I think we're
I'm
good.
All righty.
This is our
Chad
longest
Daddy.
episode so far.
This is a long episode.
Chad Daddy, you want to start us off, homie?
Yeah, so this is your Dark Lord of Knowledge, your Chad Daddy saying, report to camp next week for Friday the 13th, bitches.
This is your killing machine, Bobby Moon, saying, "Stay the fuck out of my camp next week, assholes." Sorry.
Now, see, I just told him to report to camp, and you tell him to stay out of the camp.
This is your host with the ghost.
What happens?
The Prince of the Paranormal, the Duke of the Dead, Lord Scuba Cabra, saying, "Come with us next week to kill for mommy."
And this is your Fluff Master Supreme, Big Johnny D, saying, well, don't forget your skivvies next week. And remember, stay fresh, cheese bags.
Penis.